Welcome back! Welcome back! Okay, it's been a bit since we did a little Genshin stream, been a bit. It's like the only thing I do aside from drawing. You know what? Honestly, like, I've been thinking, maybe I can do Sims streams. Like, The Sims. Because, I could do Minecraft, I could, but I don't know how entertaining that would be, to be honest, because, like, I usually do creative mode in Minecraft and I just build stuff. And when I mean I build stuff, I quite literally mean I'm just plopping blocks here and there while I have, like, some video in the background. So I don't think that's, like, super entertaining. But I think The Sims could be. It's just something I'm, like, thinking about. But, as of now, we're taking a break from the animation streams, and we're going right back into Genshin. Because I've already mentioned that we're going to be waiting into the next patch to do the next Archon quest. But there is a Fontaine event, and I am super excited because, I mean, I think it's the opinion of many people, but Fontaine is, like, legit up there with a lot of people's either their favorite nation
Maybe
or
you love
their...
somebody
That's an ad.
and you're afraid they're going to hurt themselves.
Whoa, okay.
You don't think you fit?
Just, like... Yeah, okay, anyway. So to a lot of people, like, Fontaine is either their most favorite region, like, absolutely completely, or it's up there with one of their favorite regions. To me, I'd say it's up there. I think Mondstadt is still number one, but I will fully admit a lot of it is for nostalgia purposes. But, yeah. Anyway, so... Fontaine, hell excited. There's also gonna be some Natlan characters there as well, which also makes me super excited, cause if you didn't know in Natlan lore, for like until the Traveler arrived, because you know we're the main character, until the Traveler arrived, Natlan people couldn't leave. Well, I mean they could, but like it would mess up with their memories and whatever, and then after we fixed everything, Natlan people can leave now. So I don't know if they'll touch on that. I don't know if they'll touch on that. The fact that, like it's an entire nation that could never leave their borders. Or, I mean, they couldn't leave unscathed, more accurately. And so this is, like, legit their first time seeing anything, like, outside of their land. I don't know how deep we'll go with that, though, since this is a silly little event. There's also the fact that this is on me. This is 100% on me. This is 1,000% on me. Because I thought about waiting, until next patch, my dumb brain didn't think about the fact that maybe, just maybe, these events are, limited, as they have always been, and they only really exist in that one patch. That is on me. So that means that this event is going to, I think it's only like, there's only like 3 days left. We're going to try to go through the whole story. Or at least as much as we can in this stream. Cool? Cool. Alright, alright. Alright. Let's shut off the music. Let's shut off the music and get to playing. Let's see the Infinite Void. Oh. Now I know what you're wondering. What am I doing here out in the desert? Well, very simple. That is a Dendroculus. I want to do an illustration with, King Remus. I want to do an illustration with King Remus, and in the lore, Remus is... And in the lore, Remus is called the Singer of the Oasis. Oh yeah, and he's from Sumeru, but, like, that's kind of obvious. Like, Remus was originally from Sumeru, and he's called the Singer of the Oasis, and I thought, ooh, I'm gonna do a cute little illustration, of him, like, playing his, like, little harp in the desert, and I was like, I legit went on the maps and, like, looked at every single oasis in the desert to see which one could be, like, which one I could headcanon to be, like, the oasis he was, like, the god of. And also just for aesthetics, like, just which one looks good for an illustration. And I settled on this one because I don't know. It looks really nice. It's very, very nice. It's very nice oasis. There's some crocodiles here, though. Okay, but we're here for Fontaine. We're here for Fontaine. So let me just heal my babies real quick. Where's the statue?
familiar sight.
We're gonna be getting all of our Fontaine babies right now. Alright. I mean, there's obviously the star of the show herself, Farina. She's obviously gonna stay here. Oh, Linny? Linny can stay here. Sino. We're gonna replace you with Nivelette.
Perhaps we could take a walk by a riverbank or somewhere similarly fluvial.
And for Bennett, because Bennett's usually stuck on my team because he's, like, my main healer. Arlecchino. Arlecchino doesn't heal, that's the problem. Neither does Fremine, none of these guys heal. Rodley Dalmatian says, hello, Peppermint, hi, welcome to the stream. What if I have, like, that one Natlan character? The one Natlan character I have, which is Kinich. Yeah, I don't have that many Fontainians. I mean, I have you. Maybe we do keep Bennett. Bennett's the one we always keep. Okay. Mr. Mans, I know that you're basically the god of Fontaine now. But I've been playing as you for too long. We'll be playing as Linny for now. Okay. Now we can get to the event. It only took me like 15 minutes. Oh yeah! This man! I'm going off detours. I'm going on detours. This man right here. I want to get him, but at the same time I'm scared because I've heard that, like, gameplay-wise he kind of sucks. And he's also a 4-star. Not that that's bad, but let's just say I may have spent like over 5,000 Primo Gems trying to get Janssen, and I didn't get her, and she's a goddamn 4-star. So, like, I'm like, is it worth it? Is it worth rolling all of these gems for a character that isn't even, like, that good gameplay-wise? And I know I don't play for the meta. Yes, go to quest. I don't play for the meta. But, like, you know, I still want to kill things. Alright! Let's see, which is the closest? I'll go with this one. Fontaine, baby! Rather Dalmatian says, yesternight, I watched another yokai animation. I'm still nervous to watch. I will end up saying yokai jokes. Fontaine. Hey, stop lagging. Stop lagging. Stop it. Oh, Fontaine. Let me just... I don't know how high I want it to be. Hold up. Ah, no wonder. It felt weird. Sorry. I just noticed that the audio levels were off. I'll put it at 14 for now. Ah, Fontaine. The land of dramas, of justice, of frills and top hats, and of severe OSHA violations. Like, Fontaine truly is gilded. It truly is in a gilded age, and I love it. It's beautiful and it's messed up all at the same time.
There's a newsstand over there. Want to grab a copy of the Steambird?
Sure.
We know our Fontainian friends love a little drama. There's no way they've let their readers down. Isn't that Charlotte? And standing next to her, surely that can't be Kinich?
Oh. Oh.
How about... Lost treasure resurfaces at last. Behold the beauty of the Remurian teacup.
Yes. Yes. Just anything Remurian and I just go yes. 100%. 1,000%. Hold on a second. Actually, something is... Okay. Charlotte is muted? No! How dare it? How dare? Okay. Alright, that's fine. Raw the Dalmatian says, Paimon, I don't know her name is the greatest protector in the... Oh, her name is Paimon. Anyway, she adorable. Yes. Hold up. This one's a gem. Illegal restaurant caught serving oh my god. Illegal restaurant caught serving Saurian stew proves surprisingly popular?
Pretty shocking. But it still feels like it's missing something. Ah, got it. Udex gravely wounded in shocking stabbing.
What?
Set to miss cross-border smuggling trial.
Are they coming up with titles for articles? Udix gravely wounded and shocking stabbing. Oh my. My can't, wait, bro, I can't read, my god. My, oh my, that can't be for real. Fine. I hate to admit it, but you've won that one.
Huh? What? Did Paimon hear that right? Neuvillette was stabbed and gravely wounded? No, surely that can't be right. Can it?
If it is, we'll all toast. We'll all toast to the Neuvillette stabber. Aha! I thought I heard familiar voices. Well, if it isn't Borbatuscan Paimon. What a coincidence! Mr. Kenichi and I were talking about you two just a few minutes ago. Unfortunately for me, he's a very loyal friend. I pressed him for some juicy details, but he remained tight-lipped about you. So, anything you want to share with me about the great Borbatusk's triumphant exploits in Natlan? It was a team effort. Modest as ever. Anyway, I'm getting a bit ahead of myself. Sorry. Let me backtrack a little. Hi, you two! It's been ages! What brings you back to Fontaine?
Hey there, you two. Fancy running into you here.
What a pleasant surprise.
Yeah, that, and also a less than pleasant shock. What the heck was all that about a Saurian meat restaurant and the Udix getting stabbed? Please say you weren't being serious.
Oh, that? We were just trading tabloid headlines. So stupid. We were just trading tabloid headlines. Is that what you're talking about?
Trading tabloid headlines?
Yeah. Charlotte and I were having a little contest to see who could find the most ridiculous fake news stories. Either I got lucky, or I have a knack for honing in on the most outrageous material.
I love that. Dude, I love Fontaine so much. I know I said, like... Yeah, no, like, I love Fontaine so much. I love its vibe. I love its everything about it. My favorite thing about Fontaine, like, just straight up, is the fact that it truly is gilded. It truly is. Like, from the outside, from its music and the clothing and the aesthetic, it's all nice and pretty and gorgeous and wow, look at that. But, like... Like you spend time in Fontaine for like 10 minutes and you realize that it's basically hell. It's just like the worst place to possibly live in. I'm sorry you had to see such an unflattering side to Fontaine, Mr. Kinich. It's like, oh, don't worry, Charlotte. He was gonna figure it out real quick. These third-rate tabloids write their headlines purely to shock and scandalize. All they care about is grabbing your attention to boost their sales. The ones who've still got a shred of integrity will at least clarify the truth in the main body of the article, although the misleading headline is still an underhanded trick to draw readers in. It's called clickbait. But others, like the one we were just reading out loud, have no qualms about making outright fabrications. I just love that canonically, Fontaine is just like... It's just riddled with fake news. It's either like super exaggerated or just outright fake.
If I had to quantify it, I'd say about 1% of what they write is the truth.
Just straight up, it's all hoopla. It's all hoopla. That's pretty lenient of you. Damn, okay. That's pretty lenient of you, Mr. Knee.
Huh? Him? Lenient? Oh, you gotta be kidding! Ah!
Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to give credit to these so-called news stories for occasionally including a grain of truth. All I'm saying is, even the wildest leaps of the human imagination are always rooted in reality.
You're not wrong there. You are not wrong there. That is a very good point. About 1%. I love how even 1% Charlotte's like, oh, that's pretty generous. I love that. That's just how fake everything is. I love that. I mean, but he's not wrong. He's not wrong. You know, even the craziest conspiracy theories, like, I mean, it's even the craziest conspiracy theories, no matter how bullshit they actually are, like, there tends to be a reason why people even, like, think of it, you know?
You mean all those fake headlines you mentioned actually do have some basis in fact?
Sure they do. For instance, there was in fact a smuggling trial recently. Considering the amount of speculation surrounding the smuggled goods, it's no wonder there are rumors about restaurants serving saurian meat or teacups being unearthed from ancient ruins.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. It makes sense. Yeah, it's like one little incident, just like balloons into like people coming up with all these crazy theories and stuff. But it's like it came from somewhere, mostly confusion.
But in reality, the goods in question were simply a few ancient relics dug up from ruins in Natlan.
Ah, so it's not even Remurian.
Rest assured, no saurians were harmed in the process.
And if you're wondering why the Udex, and if you're wondering why the Udex didn't preside over the trial, it's because this case was assigned to another judge right from the another judge. There's another judge. It's not as if the Palais really? No, hold up, deadass. It's not as if the Palais Mermonia only has one judge. We can't expect Monsieur Nivelette to handle every single case himself. Guys, I'm gonna be like completely honest, like, dude, it's been like what, like 2 years since Fontaine came out, and I never had even so much as an inkling of like, maybe there is another judge. No, I genuinely thought Nivelette did everything. Like, he presided over every single little case that exists. It's the reason why his quote-unquote vacation is only like half a day long. On a more interesting note, the trial in question went remarkably smoothly, and it was all thanks to Mr. Kanich's testimony as a key witness.
Oh, okay. Paimon was so busy freaking out about those headlines that she totally forgot to ask why you're here in Fontaine, Kanich.
Oh yeah, that's right. Why are you here? Also, bold choice. Out of all of the nations to visit first, you visit Fontaine. Phew, it was all a misunderstanding. The world's not going to end. Not yet, anyway. Maybe not. But it'd be an even better world for me if Mr. Kanich here would agree to another exclusive interview with the Steambird.
It was a pretty open and shut case, and my testimony in court was clear enough.
He's like, I said what I said, and that was it.
But I'm guessing, Mademoiselle Charlotte, that you're less interested in the case than you are in trying to uncover some news stories about Natlan.
Drat! You saw right through me! Guess I'll put it down to the key instincts of the renowned Saurian hunter. Any response to that, or...?
I appreciate your kind invitation, but like I said, storytelling isn't really my forte.
He's so nice.
Kanich the speechless! Kanich the tongue-tied! Huh?
He's just like, hey, I said what I said. I said what needed to be said for the trial, and that was it.
If you're dead set on doing an interview, why not talk to the Traveler instead?
Back to me again. Ah, of course, that's a brilliant idea. But that also means I'll need a bit more time to prep. Let me put together a thorough list of interview questions. Sounds like I'm not allowed to refuse. Well, I know I can be persistent, but at the end of the day, it's your call. Girl! Dude, I just remember there's like a character story of Farina, where like after she stepped down as Archon, like Charlotte quite literally just kept pressing her over and over and over again. And like Farina's used to that. She's used to that. But like it got to the point where she's like, "Hey, can you stop? Please?" Anyway, I should probably be getting back to work. I also need to go track down and report these increasingly outrageous tabloids. Farewell, my friends, until we meet again. Bye-bye.
Charlotte never stops, does she?
No.
Anyway, Paimon just has to ask.
What are you doing here?
That owl thing that popped out before. Or was it a howl? It kind of looked like a howl, but at the same time...
Oh, that thing. Yeah, that was a howl.
Huh?
I mean, yeah.
What's up with him? Like, he's still noisy, but he's way quieter than before. It's like he's trying to hide or something.
Maybe he's not acclimatizing very well to Fontaine.
Could be.
I love his smile as he's like, oh, finally.
Not acclimatizing? Aw, poor Almighty Dragon Lord is not feeling well.
Too bad he can't come out to argue back.
Dang.
What do you mean?
There's nothing physically wrong with him. It actually has to do with a strange law we learned about after arriving in Fontaine. Apparently, it's forbidden to release flying objects within Fontaine city limits during the first 3 days of each month.
Oh, yeah, that was a thing. Dude, I just remembered. It was like... Oh, I forgot. Yeah, Linny said that. With, when we bring Paimon over, and they're like, hey, you're not supposed to do that, and then Linny finds a loophole that saves us. Oh, I get it now. And I'm sure Paimon gets it even better.
Paimon sure does.
Indeed.
Paimon's been down this road before. There's an easy solution. As long as Kanich holds onto a house tail, he'll be considered an Almighty Dragon Lord balloon, not a flying Almighty Dragon Lord.
Yeah, the loopholes, baby, the loopholes.
Not gonna lie, I was considering that. But Ahau wasn't too thrilled with the idea of huffing and puffing away in the form of a mini helium balloon. That said, it's pretty annoying how he keeps randomly popping up all of a sudden. Anyway, this morning I saw a notice outside the Palais Mermonia about an event that's set to take place outside the city soon. Something to do with filmmaking. I hear that's all the rage here.
So what is filmmaking? I don't think he'll ask that. But, like, imagine, like, well, I mean, they do have a lot of tech. Natlan does have a lot of tech, but they don't have, like, movies.
I was planning to stay here and do some exploring for a few extra days anyway, so I think I'll go check it out. It'll be a good chance to let that noisy helium balloon out. He might even learn a thing or two. If you're free, why don't you come along?
Sure, seeing how angry always makes my day.
I know where it is, so let me lead the way.
I'm trying to remember if that whole law about, like, you're not allowed to release flying objects on the first, like, 3 days of the month. I'm pretty sure. Because it occurred when we first met Farina for the first time. I'm pretty sure she literally came up with that law on the spot. As a way to try to get us arrested before Linny could find a loophole. And so I'm just sitting here being like... it's been like 2 years since Farina made her, like, out of the blue, I need to come up with something to arrest the Traveler. She's not Archon anymore. She's living her normal life. and the law is still there. The law is still in effect. I love Fontaine so much, guys. I'm gonna be saying that so much in this stream. I love Fontaine. An overnight fantasy land. Alright. What now? That was wrong. Why did I do that? Por donde? Take a stroll across the city. Oh, it's on the other side? Like, wait. Across the city? Sir, you went, like, just straight up to another piece of land. What the heck? Where? Oh, this is where the film festival? I think it's the film festival. It's the place where the movies are in. Oh my god, Kinich and Farina interacting.
Looks like I remembered correctly. Here we are.
Because to catch all up to speed on Farina lore, Farina right now is a theater/film director. Oh, I see some like Sumeru stuff here.
Wow, this is awesome! Hard to believe it was just an empty beach before.
Is it a new port?
Yeah. It was still completely deserted only a few days ago when I passed by on my way to testify at the
it's for
Opera
the
House.
festival.
There must be some efficient workers in Fontaine. Quite impressive.
No, it's not efficiency, it's just cheap labor. No, see, I say that as a joke, but I'm I say that as a joke, but I'm like 80% sure that's what it was.
A few days? One night was all it took. Rap-a-tap-tap, ta-da! But is this all it takes to blow people away? Oh, no, no, no. Given my past experience, I can't let myself get carried away.
Who are you again? Raw the Dalmatian says, it looks like a China beach. Amelia says, hey, how's it going? It's going pretty well. Going pretty well.
Oh no, you've forgotten me? Oh, does graph adversarial technology ring any bells? It's me, Lapine Pauline.
You sound familiar. You sound so familiar. Good to see you again. Has the prototype lens come in handy, by the way? Been keeping yourself busy with proper work lately? I do, like, okay, I remember her name, but I don't remember her. I just remember her name.
Of course! How else would we have managed to build Fantasyland in a single night?
Fantasyland?
At least that's how I like to think of it myself. A magical land of fantasy, the stuff of film buffs' dreams.
Amelia says, I work for streamers. Do you like to see my work? I mean, like what kind of work? Rod the Dalmatian says, good.
I know it sounds like I'm laying it on thick, but that really is the goal here.
At least to say it.
As you can see, the theme of this amusement park is Fontainian filmmaking, a place for all film lovers to come together and co-construct a world of dreams.
This is a new track. I've never heard this track before. It's cute. It's really cute. So it's a film festival is what you're telling me. You can just say that, girl. You can just say it's a film festival.
Co-construct? Well, that's a relief. Sounds like you're sharing the cost this time rather than pouring your entire life savings into a single project.
I still don't remember who this girl is. I do not. Was she from the previous event? She might have been. But I literally don't remember. Amelia says, I make all stream stuff, like 2D, 3D models, logos, banners, overlays, profile pics, and screens. I mean, sure, if you wanna drop a quick DM on my, like, Instagram or Twitter, you can do that.
Nope! I might be inviting others to help fund this, but that doesn't mean I haven't thrown all my life savings into it, too!
You have issues, dude. Like, bro.
Huh? You've gotta be kidding. Ha! Look at you, puny little humans. Recklessly betting your entire future against some stupid vanity project.
Yeah, and your freaking Dragon Lord. Okay, it wasn't so much a bet. Your freaking Dragon Lord was planning to nuke an entire nation. Like, bruh.
If you're expecting even an ounce of sympathy from the almighty Dragon Lord, dream on! Mockery is all you shall get, straight from the heart!
She's like, what the heck is that?
Sorry, just ignore that little gizmoid. He likes to butt in occasionally. Do go on.
Gizmoid? Who are you calling Gizmoid? You're the Gizmoid!
Amelia says, do you have Discord? I do, but it's not something that I like to, like, give out willy-nilly.
Wow! That's quite a nifty mecha you've got yourself there. Is it some sort of smart personal assistant?
They think it's a mecha.
You ought to let Miss Charlotte see your cool gadget. Who knows? Maybe you could even look into mass production.
Sorry, but a How is not for sale. Trust me, he will not be popular on the market. Okay, maybe in some markets he will, but for the general public, he's not going to be popular. I promise you.
Mass production? Ugh, insolent, vulgar, and disrespectful! I, the almighty Dragon Lord, am one of a kind! There has never been another like me.
No,
nor will
no,
there ever
wait.
be. And another thing, smart is the understatement of the century.
Is she going to be like, oh my god, you're the next star. You are my next star. You're my next star. You're going to be like the main character in all of my movies.
I shall have you know that I am Kahulahau, forebear of ancient wisdom. I lived for eons long before any of you were born.
See, the funny part is that he's not lying. Like, everything he's saying is correct. See, that's one thing. Okay, a How is annoying. A How is hella annoying. But one thing I do find funny about his character is that everything he says is actually true. That's just one little factoid I just think is hilarious. Give me your Discord and I will show you my work samples on Discord. I think it's just better if, like, I don't know. DM is probably better, for me personally.
What? Heavens above! I beg your pardon, forebear of ancient wisdom. Please, I meant no offense.
Idiot meets idiot.
There's a little crab here. There's a little crab. He's just walking on a crate. Oh, you stopped. You stopped moving. Oh, okay. He's just walking on the crate.
What's all the fuss?
Navia!
Making some new friends, are we?
Hey, yo! It's on the descriptions of my videos.
Miss Navia! Allow me to introduce the star behind all the work that's gone into this venue. Miss Navia, president of Fontaine Spina di Rosula.
Heck yeah. How you been?
Hello, everyone. Partner, Paimon. How have you been lately?
Ah, my trusty partner. Very well, thanks. Even better now that you're here.
Hello there. I'm Kanich.
What about me? What about me? My useless
There's another
servant
crab
can't
on
even
the
give me a
stairs.
proper introduction.
Crabs.
You'd think someone yelling their name out in the middle of a public street really needs an introduction?
He's not wrong. I caught yours just now, in fact. So, you must be the almighty Dragon Lord, Mr. Ahau. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Will she just, like, play into it? That'd be so cute, actually. Huh? Okay. That was awkward.
Oh, see that? That's what I call proper manners. Well, it's not every day you meet a well-mannered human. Navia, was it? Excellent. You may address the almighty Dragon Lord by his name. Navia, don't you think the title Almighty Dragon Lord is a bit silly?
No, but here's the thing. He's not lying. He's not lying. Like, he actually, was, because the society is dead now, but he was genuinely an almighty Dragon Lord. Wait, Paimon should know this. Paimon's with the Traveler. They should know this. I just love Navia playing into it.
It's no big deal. All little animals do that, don't they? I mean, try to puff themselves up to look more impressive.
How's totally being treated like a cute cuddly pet? No, this is cute. This is cute, actually. I like
Anyway,
this.
it's all thanks to Miss Navia and the Spina di Rosula that Fantasyland's gotten up and running in the space of a single night. Honestly, thank heavens! After all that paperwork and endless waiting, the event and venue finally got the green light. I couldn't wait a moment longer. The second the approval came through, I reached out to President Navia, hoping she could lend a hand.
Oh my god.
After all, who else but the Spina di Rosula would indulge such impulsive demands?
Oh my goodness. Navia's sitting here like, help me. Please. This person. It's like, hey, maybe you shouldn't gamble your whole life away for for a passion project.
Sorry, Traveler. Miss Lapine Pauline sometimes gets a bit overwhelmed by her own excitement, as you can see.
No, it's okay. That's me. She's literally me sometimes.
I'm guessing she hasn't gone into much detail about the event yet.
Nope.
So let me
not-
fill you
not at
in.
all.
In short, the Cheval Moran Film Fantasyland is a fan convention that's
Oh.
open to film enthusiasts from all over Teyvat.
Okay.
Miss Lapine Pauline is hosting this event and also providing technical support.
All over Teyvat. Wait. So, like, all over Teyvat. So does that mean there's, like, projectors in other nations? Cause like, they... does that mean there's projectors in other nations? It'd be a really cool detail, actually, that if we do have, like, events in other nations, I think it would be really cool if they had, like... Well, I mean, we've already seen the camera being shown all across the other nations, but I think it'd be really cool if they also show like projectors and like cinemas and stuff.
Huh? Cheval Moran?
That's right. The one and only Surintendant Cheval Moran.
I cannot pronounce that. I will not be able to pronounce that.
After much persistence and many solicitations, I finally obtained Lady Farina's permission to use the image of her close friend.
That's so cute.
Not only
Yes!
is our adorable mascot drawing in fans by the minute, but she's also boosting her own popularity.
Is that a good thing?
And that was always the goal. A win-win arrangement.
Hey guys, there's a crab walking towards you. It's just walking there. The crab is just walking. Oh, okay. Bye-bye. Bye. Yeah, these are Sumeru stuff. That's Sumeru stuff. Yeah. What I was gonna say is boosting her own popularity. Does she want that, actually? I don't think Farina wants that.
It's been a while since we last met, but still, it's a surprise to hear Lapine Pauline coming out with such sensible ideas. By the way, Miss Lapine Pauline, have you decided to switch careers and go into film tech?
Not exactly. By chance, one of the prototype lenses I developed caught a photographer's eye, and it's now being used for the latest cinematic productions. Thanks to this unexpected opportunity,
Okay.
I've had the chance to invent
was
various
weird.
film-related equipment and props.
Okay.
That's right. So don't underestimate Miss Lapine Pauline,
might
our
have to
resident engineer.
it.
She's the technical powerhouse at the core of this entire event. As for the Spina di Rosula, we're mainly here to take care of planning, operations, and management. For anyone feeling inspired to set up a booth, Miss Lapine Pauline and I will provide the necessary technical and operational support once her application has been approved. By the way, traveler, are you at all interested in taking part? It would be a chance for you to earn some extra income. Plus, with your skills, I'm sure you could bring something special to the table.
Money, you say? I'll think about that.
Paimon would be even more tempted if you were to, say, throw in one of those fancy feasts she's seen in those gourmet food reels.
Well, as it happens, that'll be a piece of cake. Everyone needs to eat, whether they be tourists or the stall owners themselves. So thanks to Miss Navia's help, we've managed to invite none other than the celebrity chef, Miss Escoffier, to run our theme restaurant. Look over there.
There she is. Doing stuff.
You! Yes, you! For the last time, the ingredients have to be in the right ratio! Get it right next time, or you might as well just lie down on the chopping board yourself.
Oh my god, guys, it's Gordon Ramsay. It's Gordon Ramsay as a waifu in Genshin Impact. See, I wish I was joking about the Gordon Ramsay stuff, and it wasn't until... I wish I was joking about that, but then they made the idiot sandwich joke in her trailers.
She seems a bit busy right now.
Well, I'm sold. I think I'll make a How go be her assistant.
Yeah!
You little...
Yes!
What's your game here?
I don't know, like, cooking.
Demoiselle, sorry to bother you, but there's an issue over here that requires your personal attention.
Apologies. Looks like it's back to work with me. Please feel free to take a gander at what we've got. Anyway, if you're interested in taking part, come find me later.
Sure thing. Ask more about the convention. Oh. There we go. What's up?
Traveler, it's you! Ready to join the Cheval Moran Film Fantasyland crew?
Oh, wait,
No
okay.
problem.
So do we just, like, look around, see what's up? What's going with these guys?
The fresh vegetables from the new batch are exceptional quality. I just wish I could say the same about the new staff.
Staff here sucks. Idiots, I say. Idiots! Nothing here. This is all metal. Yeah, this is all metal. Anyway. Can't do anything here. I'm just seeing what I can, like, interact with. Can I interact with the camera? No? No? No, no? Okay, that's fine. That's chill. Do I talk to you? I mean, I guess I do.
Greetings. Apologies if you overheard my harsh words just now, but I assure you it is entirely necessary. The sheer lack of standards here will be the death of me. Do you have any idea of the kind of customers I'm gonna get with how lax things are at the moment?
You're British. You're British. Cora says, hello, Pep. Hi, welcome to the stream. You're Hold up. Hold up. This woman's British, isn't she? No, no, no. I need to know this. I need to know this. Hold on a second. Okay. Or maybe Australian? BBC. Okay, so I think she is British. If she was in the BBC. I'm going to say that she's British. She's British. No, you can hear that. You can. She's trying to pull an American accent, but like no, like hear this.
The sheer lack of standards here will be the death of me. Do you have any idea of the kind of customers I'm gonna get with how lax things are at the moment?
Like she's trying to. Oh my god. Honestly, okay. Honestly, I understand why. But like, there's like a silly little part of me that's like, she's so clearly meant to give off like Gordon Ramsay vibes. Just keep her as British. Just keep her being British, guys. Come on. Although I do kind of get it though, because it would kind of like break the, I guess, like immersion, I guess, of the Genshin world. I don't know, because nobody else speaks like that. But no, like she's British.
The ones that leave their guns behind by accident and then come back to collect them later, bringing ammunition with them.
Oh my god, I love this.
Yeah, that's the kind of customer you wouldn't forget in a hurry.
Oh.
Wait, has that happened before?
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I was too distracted by her accent. What is it? The ones that leave their gun. Oh. Whoa, what? I love Fontaine so much. Oh my god. I love Fontaine. It's the land of people leaving behind their guns by accident and then coming back with more ammo. Ugh, I love Fontaine. I love it. Cora says, wouldn't a French accent make more sense since Fontaine is based on France? Yeah, it would make more sense. Especially since Farina's song, like the song that she sings in her story quest, is probably like, it's probably like the closest thing we're ever going to have for a quote-unquote canon Farina voice, I guess. And, I mean, it is in French. She does sing in French. So it does, yeah. No, but I mean that, like, Escoffier is very clearly, like, kind of, like, not based off of Gordon Ramsay, but, like, there's some Gordon Ramsay inspo in there, at least to some level. And I genuinely mean that. It's not just, like, super strict chef. No, I mean, like, in her trailer, in one of her trailers, they straight up make, like, an idiot sandwich joke. They straight up do that. Okay, they don't actually say idiot sandwich, but it's very clearly, like, based off of that joke. I'm talking about a joke and I'm rambling too long about it. I just think it's funny that they got a British person to voice her and didn't allow her to be British.
No, it's just the mention of guns reminded me. Someone did actually leave their gun nearby.
You know when you just forget your gun casually.
Huh?
Just before we started setting up, as we were cleaning up the site, someone stumbled upon a mysterious locked box.
Who are you?
It didn't look like something from Fontaine, though. It had more of a Natlanese vibe.
Oh? Oh!
Oh?
Do you think a foreign tourist might have left it behind?
That's what I assumed at first. But the box was buried beneath a pile of wooden planks, rocks, and whatnot, so it seemed like someone deliberately hid it there. But I didn't see much point in speculating, so the best thing I could think of was to hand it over to the authorities.
Completely fair.
I trekked all the way over to the Palais Mermonia just to hand it in. Ugh, it was exhausting.
This voice actor is having so much fun. Like, you can tell.
What did the authorities make of it?
Oh, they made a mountain out of a molehill, as usual. Before even addressing the question of what was actually inside the box, they had several heated discussions about whose responsibility it was to write the lost and found notice. Thankfully, the ever-reliable Officer Sedine stepped up and immediately called in the Marechaussee Phantom to crack the lock and check if there were any dangerous items inside. And, as it turned out, there was a gun.
Wow, that's a
Lagas.
dangerous item, all right.
Mind if I ask what kind of gun it was?
Oh yeah, Mr. Kanich, you're from Natlan, aren't you? Do you know a lot about guns?
You could say it comes with the job. I have an interest in weaponry and the like.
Ugh, such a spoiled brat. What, are the toys I gave you not good enough for you anymore?
Dude, shut up.
Yep, got sick of those long ago.
You little... How dare you turn your nose up at my gifts? Why,
Time for a timeout, old-timer. Sorry, where were we? Oh yeah, do you recall what the gun looked like?
It's a bit hard to describe. If you ask me, it didn't even really look like a gun. Give me a second. I'll knock out a quick sketch. Something like this.
That is a very detailed sketch. Ugh, girly, that's not a sketch, dude. Like, what are you doing, like, managing lenses and stuff? Go be an artist.
Whoa, it's so neat and
That does not look like a
precise.
gun, they're right. Sketched by a professional engineer, after all. Okay, actually, no, that does make sense.
It's nothing. Sorry. Is something wrong with my drawing? I know it doesn't really look like a gun, but I assure you, this is exactly what it looked like.
So how do you know if it's a gun?
And it certainly could shoot as well, too. I confirmed that
Okay,
with
okay.
the officer from the Marechaussee Phantom.
Makes sense, makes sense.
No, quite the opposite. The features are very accurate, and it is definitely from Natlan. Please, don't mind me. I'm just taking a moment to admire it.
Thanks a lot, Lapine, Pauline? Yeah, thanks a lot.
I should be the one thanking you. Thank you, and everyone else for your support.
Don't mention it. Besides, we haven't really done anything.
That's true.
Not at all.
No, that is
The
true. We've
buzz
just kind
and
of been sitting
excitement
there.
you guys bring is exactly what this event needs. Oh dear, I'm starting to feel a bit guilty watching everyone else toil away. Guess it's about time I got back to work too. But just before I go, one last thing. Traveler, it's wonderful to see you. Here's to a successful collaboration.
Okay, bye. See you later. It's tough being the protagonist, you know, everyone just immediately falls in love with you. And it really sucks because I was gonna say, like, I don't give a shit, but I was gonna say, like, and it really sucks because the second I have an opportunity to actually leave Teyvat, I'll take it. It seems like Kanich has something to say. Let's go find a quiet spot. After saying goodbye to Lapine, blah, 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 blah,
I'm
okay.
sure you noticed that there was something unusual about that gun.
It looked ancient.
Correct. It's most likely an old weapon dug up from some ancient dragon ruins.
Okay. Are you telling me the dragons had guns?
Based on my experience, it might be more accurate to refer to it as a hand cannon. But in Fontaine terms, it's not wrong to call it a gun.
Okay.
Given why I came here, don't you think it's curious that an ancient dragon relic of unknown origin would turn up like this, out of the blue? I suspect this gun might have something to do with that smuggling case. It might have slipped through the cracks. Time is of the essence, so I'd like to head over to the Palais Mermonia to verify my suspicions.
I think I'll join you.
Perfect. Then we can head out right away. Or, if you want to catch up with your friends first, I can wait.
I'm going to say, this feels like, I'm not saying this seriously, by the way, this is not super serious. This feels like an apology for Kinich just being, like, non-existent in the main story. Because, like, even while I was playing in the main story, because like, Kinich was, like, marketed as being, like, the trio, right? Sumerian? It's just Sumerian and Natlan, though. Oh, what are these? Hold up, because if these are from other nations, what are you guys? You guys are, yeah, I have no idea what y'all are. Actually, I don't know if you're even part of the festival. Oh yeah, well, what I was gonna say is that Kinich was marketed along with Molani and Kachina as, like, the trio that you meet in Natlan. Like, the little Natlan trio. You know, Kachina and Molani obviously had a lot of focus, but Kinich was, like, non-existent. Kinich was, like, not there. I'm going to assume that this event is kind of like their little apology for that.
Traveler, it's you! Ready to join the Cheval Moran Film Fantasyland crew?
Sure. Let's do this.
It's time, dear partner in Paimon, for us to turn our attention to the Cheval Moran Film Fantasyland. As I mentioned, the park was started up by enthusiasts who brought in the Spina di Rosula to handle the planning, construction, and operations. Of course, enthusiasts aren't typically all-around experts. They usually stick to designing the event booths. We, for our part, handle long-term operations and develop standardized strategy guides for the different activities.
Long-term operations? Strategy? It all sounds so complicated. We spend most of our time adventuring and we barely have any experience running a stall. Do you think we can handle this?
Not every big boss went to business school, you know?
That's more like it. You've seen it all before, haven't you, partner? I'd even go as far as to say you've shaped some of Tevat's biggest business ventures.
Yeah, you know, I made a couple potions in Mondstadt a while back, you know? I'm very good at business.
Anyway, first things first. Let's get an overview of how the whole festival's gonna be run.
You could say I'm the best at it. So this is like for the minigame. Yep. I love that the little seahorse is their little mascot. That's so cute. That's so cute.
As you can see, our Fantasyland's a bit like a sugar-free macaron right now. Several areas are still under construction. The Spina's only been able to hire a limited number of craftsmen. Besides, we don't have enough experience to handle multiple projects simultaneously. That's why I chose to adopt a time slot-based planning method, so we can focus on specific tasks during each designated period. Upgrading facilities, expanding the venue, hiring staff. All of this requires funds and time slots to accomplish. So, it's our job to allocate precious time slots in each business cycle to the most worthwhile tasks. As we attract more guests and earn money to add to our funds, we'll also be able to work more efficiently, which will allow us to divide each cycle into finer time slots, which will let us get more done.
So we'll be limited in the decisions we can make and tasks we can focus on within each time period. Which means we have to use our limited actions and Mora to earn even more Mora. Kinda like playing chess or cards then. Cooking up a strategy in advance is gonna be key.
Oh, okay.
Paimon thinks she just about gets it. How do you feel about it, Traveler?
We'll learn on the job.
Yep, come on, we can do this!
As I always do with these minigames.
You mentioned standardized strategy guides just now. Does that mean there are non-standard ways to take part too?
Like illegal ways?
Of course. Film and
Yeah, I'm kidding,
entertainment mean different things to different people. And there's gonna be a wide range of exciting activities for people to try out. If we're not careful, some visitors might wander off and end up getting in trouble. And others might pick up dangerous props by mistake. To avoid confusion, we need to create a standardized strategy guide for each activity. Just think of it like a walkthrough.
I see. You want me to be your test player then?
Wow, if we're the first ones to test out the activities, who knows what surprises there could be waiting for us? But if we hit a tough spot, we'll just have to rely on our skills to carry us through.
Hopefully it goes without saying that I'd never put you in danger, partner.
Haha.
I carefully checked all the existing activities before you arrived, and I can assure you that they're all perfectly safe. I also wanted you to experience the activities before anyone else gets to. It'll be fun. Plus, we'd like to hear your thoughts and suggestions.
Oh, those are two things Navia is best at. Making people feel safe and having fun.
And making people cry.
Great! Well, I can't wait to hear what you think. Your input is super important to us. All right, then. Let's start with eclectic escapades and put our first guide together.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure I'm in like the minigame section. Hey, can I? Okay, thank God. Okay. Cause I'm definitely in the minigame section. Which we are not doing today. We're doing the actual story. These are little Remurian chairs. So you can tell because like the chairs kind of sort of look like a musical. Ah, God, what are they called? They kind of look. It's very music-like, which is Remus. Okay. I'll stop being autistic about Remuria for a hot minute. Kinich, smuggling case, guns. That's what we're focusing on. People getting shot, never like getting stabbed. Oh, there he is! Hold on. Before, is there anybody else around? Just to make sure. No, okay. Get out of here, Auron. Let me look up my man.
Oh, man.
Look at him. He's beautiful. He's gorgeous. Literally, and I don't just mean this because he's like the new character or anything. But he's genuinely one of the best designed Natlan characters, like straight up. Cause like I contrast him with Auron, which I've already talked a lot about Auron's design and how weird it is to me. And how it's actually even weirder when you do learn Auron's personality and realize that it like I honestly don't understand what they were going for. Unless, like, I understand, like, okay, Auron's kind of like a bat, and bat, like, I don't know, you think of darkness, night, emo, I guess is where they were going for. But then you look at Auron's actual personality, and he is, like, not even close to that. Auron's, like, is like a sweet little kid, personality-wise. And of course, it just does not fit Natlan at all. Aoife, this man right here, like, there's that modern... He's perfect. Like, look, listen. He has that modern touch, okay? He obviously has the modern touch with this, like, button-down shirt and, like, the lab coat and whatever, right? He does have, like, a modern touch. But then there's the colors. There is the cowboy hat. There, because he's from the Flower of Feather Clan. There's the cowboy hat. There's, like, these little things that he has on him. The patterns, the tassels that he has. He looks, like, he fits. It's like Janssen's design. Like, there is that very, oh yeah, like the tattoo thing on his neck. There is that very slight, not necessarily tribal, but like old-timey. There is this slight old-timey vibe to him. But it also has like enough modern elements, I guess. But it's not that much. It's not so much that it throws you off. Like Auron, for example. Okay. Also, he's brown.
Bro!
He's actually freaking tan. Anyway.
Are you mimicking me? Now's not the time. Come on.
No, I mean, one of our buddies is here, for real. Quite a few of them, actually.
So cute, though. He's just like, oh, okay, so you call buddies bro. It's like, look, it's like the like cord thingy he has back here. The strips of fabric that he has tied around. Like, I don't know if I would call it tribal, but it's definitely, like, archaic. It's just, like, Aoife's such a good example of that, like, perfect blend. I need to stop.
Auron,
Also, he's hot.
What are you doing here? And who's this?
Allow me to introduce you. Bro, meet bro.
Bro? Yeah. Which bro we're talking about?
A bro who heals other bros.
Oh my Oh god. As much as I hate Auron's design, I love his personality. It's so silly.
Ah, that bro. Nice to meet you, bro.
Everyone's saying bro.
You guys.
He's like, guys, stop it, please.
Please, if Paimon hears the word bro one more time.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Paimon. I had no idea you were allergic to bro talk.
See, the best part is that he's probably genuine. I love Auron, dude. Auron's so funny. Just,
Oh, I'm so sorry, Paimon. I had no idea you were allergic to bro talk.
God, I love him.
Quick, Aoife. Paimon needs medical intervention.
Aoife's like, with him. Cora says, bro talk with the bros, yeah.
Seriously, bro? I mean, dude, sometimes I honestly can't tell if you're being serious or just messing around.
Or no, he's just being genuine. He's just being genuine and it just throws people off. Like, careful, everyone's gonna be saying dude now.
And Kanich, come on, brother. We've known each other for how long now? And even you won't let me off the hook?
The delivery. I'm sorry, I'm like, dude, but the delivery.
And Kanich, come on, brother. We've known each other for how long now? And even you won't let me off the hook?
No.
It's quite hard to resist.
It's on you.
In that case, guess I'll have to introduce myself. Hey, traveler. I've heard a lot about you. I'm Aoife, a vet from the Flower Feather Clan.
Nice to meet you, bro.
Oh no, not you too!
Yeah.
Oh, that wasn't directed at you, Aoife. It's nice to meet you.
Anyway, back on topic. Wait a second. I lost my train of thought. What were we talking about again?
Me every day.
Why, you're all here, of course.
Yeah, what are you guys doing here?
For vegetables.
Yeah.
I'll go first. It's for the Chevrolamine Film Fantasyland. Wait, is that right?
Close enough. It's okay. I wouldn't have gotten it right either.
It's Cheval Moran.
I still don't get it.
Ah, right. I keep stumbling over that one. Guess I owe Cheval Moran an apology, even if she's not here.
It's okay, dude.
Anyway, long story short, the festival restaurant urgently needed fresh vegetables from Natlan, which is why Aoife and I are here.
So, you guys are vegetable couriers?
Hey, listen, it's a business, okay? It's like half the reason Natlan is sustained. Alright, who do you think makes the food? Who do you think makes the food that you like so much, eh? Eh? Comes from people like us.
He is. I'm just here as a responsible adult.
That is 100% fair. That is 1,000% fair. Aoife's his chaperone.
It's his first time traveling so far away from home, and all the elders in his tribe were worried.
No, that's
so
fair.
So they had me come along.
That's completely 100% fair, yeah.
Even though it's your first time too.
I mean, yeah, I was actually thinking that, yeah. No, okay, see, but here's the difference. Here's the difference, okay? Here's the difference. Aoife is like an adult, alright? Aoife can pay his bills or whatever. Auron, I love ya, but sometimes you have the mentality of like a fucking 9-year-old.
Right, but they still picked me to accompany you. You gotta wonder why that might be.
Don't you get it? They all just saw how overworked you were, so they used it as an excuse to send you off on a vacation.
Wait, what? So I'm getting the grandson treatment now too?
Yes.
See? Doesn't matter how much older you are than this dude. Hang out with him long enough, and you'll eventually find yourself being treated like a kid.
Meaning everyone looks after you. What's so bad about that?
He's so sweet. He's so sweet.
In theory, nothing at all. In that case, guess I better start over.
He's so sweet.
Hi guys, my name's Aoife, and I just turned 5.
What is this dynamic? I love this. This is so fun. No, please.
In that case, guess I better start over. Hi guys, my name's Aoife, and I just turned 5.
You hear that, guys? You hear that? Aoife's 5 years old, okay? Alright? I know I just said he's hot, but don't say that. Like, I don't want to hear any of y'all simping over Aoife anywhere on my corner of the internet. He's 5. Nice to meet you, little bro.
Paimon's not sure who the responsible adult is anymore.
Nobody is. Chorus says, this is the most natural dialogue in the entire game. No, like, literally. This is amazing. I love this. Eva's voice actor is having so much fun. Dude, I just love, okay, because I kept seeing fan art of Aoife and Auron, like, floating around, right? And I didn't know what their dynamic was going to be. All I knew is that they were friends, because we hear about Aoife in the main, like, Archon quest. So, like, I knew they were friends, but I just love the idea that Aoife, I mean, he is friends with Auron, but it's less so of, like a normal friendship, I guess, and more so, I need to make sure you don't do something stupid type of thing. Or more like, yeah, my best friend who's probably like two or something a year younger than me. Yeah, no, he's like my little brother. Scratch that. He's like a nephew. Like, I always need to watch over him. I need to monitor his online access. You know, make sure he isn't stumbling upon the weird parts.
So, what about Kakuku?
Yeah, what about your fat little bird?
If he was here, we'd be making more of a ruckus than we already are.
That's exactly what's got me worried.
Aoife, there's nothing to worry about.
Uh-huh.
You're a big boy.
Oh
You can handle yourself now even without Kakuku.
Aoife's like, I swear to God, Auron, if you say something like that one more time, I'm gonna punch you in the face.
You think that's what I'm worried about? Anyway, my priority right now is Kakuku. Suffice it to say, Kakuku's in big doo-doo.
Uh-huh.
How so? He's so small, and all he knows are a few harmless phrases. What kind of trouble could he even get himself into?
Let me guess. Did he get caught out by the law on flying objects?
Bro, you too?
Bro.
Not me. How?
Oh, that pesky little chatterbox. So that's why he hasn't interrupted us this whole time. Guess he's too scared to show his face.
That, plus he's already spouted enough nonsense for one day. So I've put him on mute until tomorrow.
Nice one. If I was even half as decisive as you are, I would have kept a closer hold on Kakuku so he didn't get a chance to go flying off.
I guess that's what flying objects do.
Oh no, bro. Or rather, did Kakuku get caught by the guards for flying around?
If they had managed that, we'd at least be able to track him down. But when the guards started chasing him, Kakuku flew into that building next door.
Oh.
I wouldn't be surprised if there was a high-stakes pursuit going down in there as we speak. Just like one of those cool crime movies.
Which building? That one?
The Palais?
Yup, that's the one.
Oh.
Kakuku sure has a good eye for a getaway. It's the tallest building around. I may be able to fly up pretty high, but checking every last window would still take quite a while. As for Aoife, well, let's just say he's not flying anywhere without a Saurian. Sorry about that.
Not like it's my fault, though. You don't have to apologize on my behalf.
Wait a sec. What's this got to do with how high you can fly?
To check the windows. He just said it. To check the windows.
Kakuku's got himself into a real mess here. Like a panicked animal running straight into a trap. It's pretty worrying. I'm starting to picture him flapping through a barrage of gunfire while important documents are flying about left, right, and center.
Oh, I'm so happy I'm not the only one who thought of this. Okay, good, awesome. Because I thought about saying this like stupid joke, but I was like, nah, it's probably a little too much. But I was gonna say, like, they see this like fat little bird flying around. They're like, hey, we need to capture this thing. And because this is Fontaine, okay, this is Fontaine, where nothing good ever happens to the average NPC. I was thinking, like, dude, what if like one of the guards literally just like pulls out a gun and shoots it? That's terrible. That's absolutely terrible. But I was legit, like, thinking that. Like, they're like, we need to get this thing down somehow, and because this is Fontaine, like, you know, just a quick, you know? And he'd be down, right? Right? It doesn't have, you don't have to shoot him, like, kill him, right? You just shoot the wing or something. Anyway.
Heck yeah! If anyone can pull it off, it's Kakuku. He's always been such an awesome Saurus. I believe in him.
Cute. In other words, right now in this building, there could be not one awesome Saurus, but two.
For real now? Do you even hear yourself, bro?
And there you go. See, that's the exact reason why your bird keeps saying that.
Of course I'm for real. I'd never make light of something like that.
All right, everyone's an awesome Saurus. Well, the human version. But our priority right now should be to go in there and check up on Kakuku.
As it just happens, Kenichi and I were just heading over to the Palais Mermonia for something else.
Leave it to us.
You sure? Wow, awesome. That'll be a huge help.
And if Kakuku doesn't listen to you, I give you permission to pull out a couple of his feathers.
Wait, since when was that up to you?
Well, then it's your call, bro.
All right then, if Kakuku doesn't listen to you, I also give you permission to pull out a couple of his feathers.
Cool, awesome.
There you go. If he objects to that, tell him to come find us.
He won't. Trust me.
Nice to know. Honestly, that's just kind of how birds are. That's just bird. Dude, I love their dynamic. What the hell? Their dynamic is so funny.
Back when we first met Kakuku in the wild and I begged you to take him under your wing, I never imagined you'd end up spoiling him rotten.
Oh my god, Kukuku's like their child.
And I never imagined you'd be nagging me about it.
It really is their child.
Oh, well, I definitely saw that coming.
It 100% is their child.
Huh?
You're only 5 years old after all.
Yeah. He is going to be, you know what Auron strikes me as? Auron strikes me as, because he's only ever been, okay, not only ever, but like, you know, because Auron's been raised by like, old people? No, just hear me out, hear me out. Because Auron's been mostly raised by old people, Auron strikes me as the kind of person who, like, he thinks one joke is funny, and he just keeps going for, and it's like 5 years later, and he still thinks the joke is funny, even though it has long ran its course. So I totally imagine him, like, after Aoife says, like, hey guys, I'm 5 years old. I totally imagine that, like, Auron is going to continue saying that for the next, like, year or so. Not necessarily to annoy Aoife, but because he genuinely thinks it's funny for that long. He just strikes me as that kind of person. A reach too far. When opponents are defeated far away, they might not produce any drops. Oh, okay then. It'll also happen if they fall into a bottomless pit. Ah, back inside of the palace. Look at it. Look how beautifully empty it is. Let's see if there's any books that I've missed, like, collecting. I don't think so. Does this lead anywhere? No? Okay.
Nothing new there. The first few days of every month are always noisy.
What's all that commotion?
Oh, there's strange sounds coming from Nivelette's office. It's because he's talking to the bird, isn't it? He's talking to the bird. Can I walk in there? No, I can't. Darn. Oh, there is a door. There is a door. Oh. Okay, let's get into his office. There he is! Ah, the doors won't open? No, unfortunately. I don't know where it leads to. This is a massive office. You know, the more I think about it, I'm like, dang, this office is huge. It's massive. And a whole chandelier. It's extravagant. Rich people.
No way, bro!
Okay, how long are they going to entertain this? Uh-huh.
Did he say he came from Natlan?
Okay.
No.
Get out of here!
I can understand his words, just not what they mean.
Okay.
Oh no.
Cora says he could put a bed in there, literally. He really could. It's like big enough that if you plop in a bed and then add like a couple of vases, guarantee you, most people wouldn't even notice. For real now?
Wow.
Hey.
He keeps repeating the same things over and over again.
Yeah, because he's like a parrot. Do you guys not have parrot? No, they don't. I just realized, like, no, Fontaine doesn't have any parrots.
Oh, you know one another.
He's a bro. He's a bro of a bro.
He's a friend. Yeah, a saurian friend of a human friend.
Thank you, Paimon, for translating.
Great. Well, that was easy. Looks like we've tracked down the owner. Guess that's one less lost and found notice for you to write, Monsieur Neuvillette.
For real?
Traveler, was there something important you wanted to discuss with the Udex? I'm just about done with my business here. Need me to step out? Stay and hear them out first. Perhaps it will have some bearing on your own work. If I'm not mistaken, you are the same Mr. Kanich who served as a witness in the smuggling trial?
Yes.
I take it there's been a further development in the case.
That's right. Very perceptive, Mr. Udex.
So you've met Neuvillette before? But wasn't the trial overseen by another judge?
I've seen his photo in the papers.
Fair enough.
But as for this other gentleman...
Never heard of you before.
Allow me to introduce you to Mr. Wriothesley, administrator of the Fortress of Meripede. Or in layman's terms, Fontaine's prison warden.
Yes.
Please, feel free to share anything about the case. There's no need to keep anything from him. Pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you.
Aww, that's so cute. That's adorable.
Wow, that sounded just like me.
Yeah, because he's a parrot.
But should we really discuss official business in front of the Saurian?
Oh, wow. Oh, no.
I believe he said...
Uh-huh.
Or rather, I suppose he meant that he'll keep this to himself.
I love that Neuvillette is trying so hard to, like, translate what he's actually saying. He's saying something. Hold on, it's at the tip of my tongue.
Though I should mention, Mr. Kukuku, that we will have to ask you to sign a confidentiality agreement.
Sure thing, bro.
This is so cute. It is all a bit strange, but they really are a great pair of awesome Sauri. Girl, you've been hanging out with these boys for way too long.
Let us return to the matter at hand. Mr. Kanich, was there something else you wanted to discuss relating to the case?
Yes. Let me fill you in.
Kanich tells Neuvillette and Wriothesley about the Lupine and Pauline finding the gun. Neuvillette makes inquiries with the relevant personnel, and sure enough, they locate the box and the gun that the girl spoke of.
Wow. It really is exactly like Lupine Pauline's sketch. That must be all that practice drawing engineering blueprints, huh?
So if it's true that this weapon came into Fontaine alongside the contraband from the smuggling case, then there's a high chance we overlooked a suspect.
That's exactly my line of thought.
I see. Mr. Kanich, thank you for reporting this promptly. I'll arrange for the Marechaussee Phantom to investigate right away. We should begin by questioning the prisoners in custody. Wriothesley.
Torture them.
I'll sign off on the interrogation request. Don't you worry. That would be much appreciated. It's lucky that the Palais Mermonia wasn't scheduled to release any public bulletins today, and that this gun's lost and found notice hasn't been written up yet. In other words, the news hasn't leaked.
I'll be staying in Fontaine for the time being. If there's any progress in the investigation or you need my help, feel free to reach out anytime.
Goes for me too.
Yep, we were just about to go help out with Lupine Pauline's convention. If there's any news, we'll keep you all posted.
Marvelous. Thank you all. Well then, all that's left is to
Return the little guy. Return the little guy.
You miss me, bro?
He really does come out with the most unexpected things.
Yeah, dude, because he's a... They don't have parrots. They don't get it.
Who did he learn it all from?
His owner. A couple of top bros from Natlan.
Huh. Well, it's pretty extraordinary.
Anyway,
I need to meet
according
these
to due
top bros.
process, we must first determine whether Mr. Kakuku qualifies as a flying object.
Oh my god, Nivelette, I swear, this guy.
And, following on from our conversation just now, he also needs to sign a confidentiality agreement.
Imagine, like, imagine not only the chief judge, but also basically the god of this region, like the top dog, going up to you and saying, hey, your dog needs to sign a confidentiality agreement. I love this. Your dog needs to sign that right now, right here, on paper.
Drafting said agreement may take some time.
No, okay, see, it's easy, okay? Grab his foot, plop it on a stamp, and then just slap it on the paper. Easy. Cora says they have to interact with Oreo and Aoife. Yes.
Looks like you'll be staying with us for a while then, Kakuku. Excited?
No, he's not. I can help pass a message on to his friends.
That would save us a lot of trouble. Many thanks.
Don't mention it.
All right then, we better get going. No need to see us off.
I do actually yes. Let me hear these.
I know you mentioned a while back that people from Natlan would soon start showing up all over the world. But I hadn't expected anything like this.
It seems no matter where they come from, all dragons are inquisitive by nature.
You can say that again, bro.
The same might well be said for humankind. The real reason you chose to stay to investigate this case was your curiosity about Natlan and Mr. Kakuku, was it not?
Guilty as charged. Nothing gets past you. So, how about we take this opportunity to chat a little more? We've got the world's best translator on hand, after all.
Sure thing, bro.
Oh, so he does know. Because I was going to say, does Risley know that Nivelette is a dragon? I was going to say that, considering that Nivelette was obviously, like, at least trying to translate. And, you know, Saurians are dragons. I guess he does. Makes me wonder, like, how many characters actually know this? Who knows? Anyway. Oh, wait. There's a... Yes, open. Stash it away for now. Oh, okay. Alright then. Sorry, Aoife, they're trying to determine whether or not your boy is a... See, they're trying to determine whether or not they should adopt your boy. Nivelette is like, this is my son now. He's mine. Okay, not mine. Temporarily. Temporarily, he is my son. It's like the joke I made with Nugget, where it's like, you know, I have like 1,000 Melazine daughters, but I don't have a Saurian son. It'll be him. He will be mine.
Aurora and Aoife, we found Kakuku.
What's the situation? How bad is it?
There's some good news and some bad news.
Oh no. When I saw that Kakuku wasn't with you, I'd already prepared myself for the worst.
Relax, Aoife. Maybe Kakuku just prefers high-rise living now. Sometimes you just have to let the kids grow up and make their own choices in life.
Dude, shut up, dude. You're lit, bruh.
For real now? Do you even hear yourself, bro?
There it goes.
It's not that bad. Kakuku's fine. Still very much alive and kicking for starters.
He hasn't been arrested either, so no jail time.
He even had an interesting chat with some veritable VIPs.
See?
You're not exactly reassuring me here.
As for the bad news, well, it's really not that bad.
What if he's swearing up the place and the people take that as an insult?
Kakuku accidentally overheard some top secret stuff, so He has to stay at the Palais Marmonia for a while to sign a confidentiality agreement.
But he can't talk.
But there's no need to worry. The person in charge of looking after Kakuku is super nice, so he'll be absolutely fine.
You'll just have to wait a little longer.
All right. That doesn't sound too bad after all. Wow, hearing that's put my mind to rest.
But based on my understanding of how things work here, the ban on flying objects should be over by the time Kakuku actually gets out.
What a shame. Oh well, I guess we'll just have to go have some fun without him.
You don't look disappointed in the slightest.
No, not in the slightest. What was that?
Anyway, Auroron and I will be staying in guest rooms upstairs at the Hotel de Boer for the time being. Feel free to drop by if you need us.
All right, bro.
Yay, problem solved! All right, let's catch up another day.
I love Auroron being like, oh, darn, damn. You know, it really sucks not having your little pet to distract you while, you know, we're hanging out at night at the hotel, you know? You know? Alright. Gimme. Alright, what's the next part? Wait until the morning of the day after tomorrow. Okay. I'll just do that. I love the part where Nivelette is like, see, I know what he's saying. I'm just struggling. I just don't know what he means. And I love that because that's so real. That's so real with translation. It's like, see, I know what you said, but I need to make sure if it's what I think it means. If you're saying what I think you mean. Was that enough? Or do I still need more? Okay, more. Still gotta wait a little longer. We'll go like here. I know what you said, but I don't know if I'm catching on to what it means exactly. I love that. I can imagine like Kakuku just swearing up the whole place. He's just swearing up the whole place, and Nivelette being like, "Oh, that's really fascinating. This grand story about your childhood." Okay.
It's been a few days. Ban on flying objects should be over by now.
Wow, so we really were just hanging out.
Let's head over to the Palais Marmonia to see how Kakuku's doing.
Have they adopted him? They like dressed him up in like a little bow. Dressed him up in a little bow. They have like a little bed for him on the side. And they're like, oh yeah, that's right, we were supposed to return him. Yeah. Darn. Hello. I'm back. Whoa, okay, you expanded your vocabulary. Good morning, little dude.
Oh, wow! Kakuku's learned a new greeting! Is that good news or bad news, though?
I have no idea.
Sorry, I did everything within my power. But so far, I've only managed to teach him how to say good morning.
Dude, no, it's like actually really hard, though. It's actually really hard to teach a parrot to like, parrot, actually. I say this and like, okay, that sounds a little weird. So I used to have parakeets, which they're not like parrots, but they are a kind of parrot. Like they're not the stereotypical parrot you think of. They're like a kind of parrot. So they don't mimic in the same way or as easily as like what you would imagine a parrot does, but they still can do it. I could never do it. I could never manage any of my parakeets to talk, like ever. Like, at all. I got to teach them a couple of tricks, but I never got to teach them to properly talk.
Wait, so that's all you've been up to this whole time?
Yeah.
Get out of here!
I think that means no.
Huh? Okay, so, good mornings aside, please tell Paimon there's been some other progress too.
I was like, please don't tell me for the past 3 days you've just been fucking around with this bird.
Of course. That's why I'm here. Kakuku's not the only one that Mr. Risley's been getting to talk. I'm referring, of course, to the convicts.
Oh? Oh?
It was nothing. These guys weren't exactly tough
okay.
nuts to crack.
Never mind.
So, what's the deal?
After racking their brains, they remembered speaking to an inconspicuous middle-aged man just as they were preparing to pack up and leave Natlan. He was dressed in the manner of the Children of Echoes and carrying a box. Plus, the description matches the one the gun was found in. All in all, he didn't look any different from your average Natlanese traveler. Perhaps seeing that they were dressed as merchants, this man stopped for a chat, inquiring where their goods were headed, and even asking if they could share a boat. The smugglers were very cautious, though. They didn't tell him any specifics, but all this happened before I crossed paths with them. I happened to notice them as they were preparing to set sail. I thought they looked shady, so I snuck aboard, and ended up being carried along all the way to Fontaine.
Okay. Bit wild. Bit whack. A series of twists and turns. So far, everything's kind of whack. Oh, hello. Are you a little loading screen thingy? Okay. Cool.
Boss, do we know if those Fontainians will even like this stuff? What if we can't shift it?
And that's why we call you a rookie. It's all supply and demand, kid. Supply and demand. Natlan's foreign trade is just starting to lift off. There'll be a market for it, you'll see.
That's right. So stop giving the boss trouble, rookie. Just do your job and keep an eye on the goods.
Are they merchants? Have they come to Fontaine to do business? Scarred face. Calloused hands. On closer inspection, the fabric looks worn at the knees and elbows, and his fingernails are dirty. Not exactly your typical merchant.
Yeah, but that does sound like the typical Natlan. Like, Natlan person. I'm just saying.
Could he have previously been a warrior? Or even an adventurer? Something feels off. I'd better sneak up and get a closer look.
Okay, we're doing this again.
Nice thinking, boss. This tourist tub's been fast going and smooth sailing. Plus, no one's been asking us what we're up to.
That goes without saying. Big cargo ship would have been too slow, whereas the smaller ones would have been faster but way too bumpy. If we ended up damaging the goods by accident, all these months spent grafting away would have gone up in smoke.
Seriously? But there's hardly anything here. Would it really have taken them months to prepare? And why would they need to transport it with such care? Could they be secretly smuggling precious items out of Natlan? I'll need to find a way to get to the bottom of this.
Find a way to create a diversion. Oh shoot, like how? It's like the edge of the, yeah, okay. Okay, but like, how? Or am I the diversion? Is that it? They're about to spot me,
Let's go hear what these criminals have to say for themselves.
What was that sound?
Nothing. You need to be more careful.
There are relics inside the box.
Boss, do we know if those
Oh my
Fontainians
God.
will even like this stuff?
Nah.
What if we can't shift it?
And that's why we call you a rookie.
That's
Okay,
right.
okay.
Are they merchants? Have they come to Fontaine? Scarred face. On closer could he have previously? Something feels off.
Okay, and then I hear their little chat.
Nice thinking, boss. This tourist tub's been fast going and smooth sailing. Plus, no one's been asking us what we're up to.
That goes without saying. Big
Whop, whop. Oh.
If we ended up damaging the goods by accident, all these months spent grafting away would have gone up in smoke.
Seriously? But there's hardly anything here. Would it really have taken them months to prepare? And why would they need to transport it with such care? Could they be secretly smuggling precious items out of Natlan?
Oh, wait,
I'll
no.
need to find a way to get to the bottom of this.
Okay. Need to be more careful. How?
Let's go hear what these criminals
Okay.
have to say for themselves.
Approach quietly and find out
Sure enough,
what the specific... Okay.
there are relics inside the box. It's illegal to smuggle such items outside Natlan.
Hey, why the long face? You're abroad on business, and you get to do some sightseeing while you're at it. Sounds like a pretty sweet deal to me. You better cheer up if you know what's good for you.
He's like, hey, you're not happy enough.
I guess you're right. I was just worried I might have messed up with the packing, or that something's gonna go wrong along the way.
Oh, pull yourself together. Tons of foreign tourists come traveling to Fontaine. I bet their luggage is full of all kinds of weird stuff. If someone insists on checking it all, just show them the purchase order we had drawn up. Those Fontainians can't get enough of their legalese, so I've heard. They can look all they want.
Aha. So their aim is to smuggle in contraband after all.
Okay.
Looks like I've gathered enough intel about the smugglers and their contraband. Time to inform port security.
Okay. This would be like his first time in Natlan, though. So what? I'm not Natlan, Fontaine. It's like, what? Did he just like walk around, like person to person, and it's just like, hey, where do I go to say that I saw something illegal?
So anyway, that was when I went and told the Fontainian guards about my
that makes sense.
suspicions. After an investigation and a chase, they finally apprehended them and sent them on their way.
Well, guess they're headed exactly where they should be.
Good job, Kenichi.
Thanks.
Based on your recollections just now,
I was completely focused on those smugglers at the time, so I wasn't really paying attention to other passersby.
That's only natural. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, Kenichi, you did great.
in other words, the person who brought the gun here, the one who lost it, has no connection to the smugglers whatsoever. They were working entirely on their own.
Okay.
Oh dear, oh dear.
Yeah.
Sounds like Mr. Kukuku wants to chime in?
He said this elusive individual's actions are positively mystifying.
Are you sure that's what he said? Are you sure? Or are you just bullshitting? It's like Kukuku says, like, hold on, wait, no, I need to find a dumb way. Hold on. Like, I don't know, like Kukuku says something like, you don't get me. And Nivelette says, he says that the machinations of his mind are an enigma.
It's a good observation. I quite agree.
He really is just their son.
However, we still know next to nothing about the person. Perhaps we should start by focusing on the lost item itself.
Oh, shoot, we got this back. Okay. It came from ancient Natlanese dragon ruins. A lost object was picked up. The box was buried amongst junk. A genuine treasure lost by the roadside, yet it still reclaims unreported. What about this one? No, this one. This one. It doesn't seem like an accident. No, it's as if someone left it there on purpose. Ooh, bait. Ooh, probably, actually. Why would somebody just leave a valuable antique out in the middle of nowhere? Was the plan for someone to come pick it up? Most likely. Makes the most sense.
It certainly seems like it was the bait in some kind of trap. The only question is, why wasn't the bait made more conspicuous?
Has something sprung to mind?
I just remembered a film I watched this one time.
Huh?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. No way, bro.
Hold on, let me explain. Just now, the traveler speculated that this box might have been placed there on purpose, as if the intention was for someone to come pick it up. That got me thinking about those films about kidnapping cases.
Okay.
When they demand their ransom, the kidnappers tell the victim's family to leave money or valuables at a designated spot for someone to come pick up.
Yeah.
That doesn't merely happen in films. There have been similar cases in real life.
I imagine Nicolette is the kind of person that whenever he's watching, like, a film, not a film, like a documentary, I guess, he's just like flipping through his memories of 500 years of court cases and being like, ah, this film was inspired by this case that happened 13 years ago at 10 a.m.
In fact, if anything, it's probably the real-life events that inspired the films.
Exactly.
Sounds plausible.
Wait. This raises the stakes to a whole new level. If the gun really was some kind of ransom, then since we took the box, the kidnappers never got their payment, so
They'll be after us.
Executed the hostage?
Jesus, okay. Paimon, stay calm. We haven't heard of any missing people yet. Not yet anyway, although this is Fontaine, so, how much do they really keep track of this? Damn, I love how Paimon's instant conclusion went, oh shoot, someone just died?
I agree. I don't believe we have a kidnapping on our hands. Selling off stolen goods is extra work that most kidnappers would want to avoid. Unless they're after something very specific, they tend to just ask for cash.
Trust me, I know.
Could we be dealing with a kidnapper who's dead set on getting their hands on an ancient dragon handgun? It's not impossible, but the likelihood is very slim. We can discount that possibility for now. And speaking of selling stolen goods, don't you think this looks more like a transaction?
About the goods. Before the buyer could show up, Lapine and Pauline found the goods by chance while setting up the event venue. Due to the unexpected arrival of the film Fantasyland, the deal had to be called off.
So, bottom line, this was an individual smuggler at work.
Exactly. And it was the location itself that caused the deal to fall through. The last thing they would have expected was for a quiet beach to turn into a bustling film convention overnight. Not only is the area now packed with tourists, but the Spina di Rosula have a presence there. I'll bet that both parties were completely caught off guard.
Great job, Lapine Pauline.
That sounds like a plausible theory, but how do we verify it?
Looks like your people better start rolling up their sleeves.
How so?
Easy. Just follow the usual procedure by putting up a lost and found notice. The more routine we make it seem, the more likely the suspect will come forward to claim it. Even if they send a proxy, we're liable to get our hands on new leads. And timing-wise, it's about time we updated the bulletin board anyway.
Fair enough.
All we need now is a lucky gestionnaire to write up the notice for us post-haste.
Ah, so that's what you meant by rolling up their sleeves. In that case, I may as well write it myself. Delegating this to someone else would require an additional explanation.
That I do not feel like doing.
Or are you just not used to asking others to work overtime?
Oh, he's nice.
Is that really a major concern here?
Well, looks like I won't be needed around here. At least until the notice has been posted.
You could always wait here if you like. The Palais Mermonia serves a particularly fine cup of tea, if that swings it for you.
Thanks, but no thanks. I left a very noisy creature with a friend before heading out, so I should probably get back to feed it.
Dang.
Ah, I wasn't aware that you had a pet, Mr. Kanich.
Yeah. Imagine, like, Kukuku. Imagine a mixture. It's like a mixture of Kukuku and Paimon, but just grab their most negative traits and then just crank it up to 1,000,000.
Speaking of pets...
You.
Get out of here! Out of here!
Yep, that's the plan. Out of here, indeed.
I believe that what Wriothesley is trying to say is, you are free to leave, Mr. Kukuku. Furthermore, it has been determined that Mr. Kukuku should not, in fact, be classified as a flying object. As such, he shall be free to move around Fontaine whenever he so pleases.
It's so cute.
You're the best, bro.
Aww, that's so cute.
should we bring Kukuku back to Aoife and Auroran?
Yeah.
I shall leave him in your capable hands.
No problem. Let's keep in touch.
Indeed.
Yes. That was cute. That was so cute.
You know, all this has made me realize that I'd quite like to have a pet.
If that proves inconvenient within the fortress of Meripede, perhaps you should consider finding a place in the court of Fontaine.
Oh, like living there?
That actually sounds like a good idea.
Wait, like the pet living in the city, or you living in the city?
In the past, I always dismissed the idea of buying a property in
mind.
the city. The prophecy about the floods meant it never seemed like a worthwhile investment. But now...
This might be a good time for you to re-examine the documents I gave you regarding your title as Duke.
Oh?
Huh?
Citizens with honorary titles are eligible for certain benefits when purchasing property in the court of Fontaine.
You came up with that, dude. You 1000% came up with that.
Really?
How about this? You read through your documents from start to finish, while I write up the lost and found notice.
Yeah, that makes sense. What am I doing playing as you? I'm playing as Linny. Oh, let me get my other stuff, My little headcanon, well, I don't know if it's a headcanon, it might just straight up be. My little headcanon is that, like, Nivelite is like, there's no possible way I can arrest a fellow dragon. When all he did was just swear up the place once or twice. But it was innocent, it was an innocent swearing. Okay, he didn't actually swear, but like, Kukuku 1000% is the kind of parrot to just swear up the place, if he could. Like, you just say a couple of bad words around him, he picks that shit up. But he's like, well, the swearing is technically innocent, you know, he doesn't really understand what the words are saying. Moreover, he's not really actually saying anything, he's just repeating stuff that his owner says. So if anything, the one who should be tried is his owner, but like, he hasn't really done anything. Kukuku doesn't have a shoulder, but like, metaphorically, he puts his hand on his shoulder and he's like, you're good. You're good, kid. Don't worry. Our fellow kind has been judged time and time and time again. I will not have you suffer the same fate. There they are. Ah, a house there. Hey guys.
How?
What? What now?
Let's shake hands.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Fine by me. Get ready for a knuckle sandwich!
Oh, nice dodge.
Paimon feels strangely inclined to keep a safe distance. Did you miss me, bro?
Yes, I did.
Cuckoo, you're free!
Ugh, not you again. Nope, didn't miss you in the slightest.
Hey, other granny.
Other granny? Oh yeah, it's us, that's right.
And hey, Paimon and Kanich. It's good to see you all. Thanks for bringing Kukuku back.
Get it away! Get it away from me!
No.
Nice to meet you, bro.
Aww.
Who are you calling bro? Say that again to my face! I dare you.
If you've got the energy to argue this much, you're clearly not hungry yet. Let's go find something to eat while Ahau lives his best life.
Sounds good to me.
Poor Ahau. He spent all day being tormented by Auroran, only to discover that the suffering's just begun.
Aoife, as a Saurian vet, how can you just sit back and watch our little dragon bro suffer?
Damn. Tisk tisk.
Huh? How am I the bad guy?
Even hear yourself? Ah! Doesn't anyone want to hear how Kukuku got out of jail?
No one cares. No one cares. Amidst the racket, you briefly explain what happened with Kukuku to Aoife and Auroran. Hearing that Kukuku has now permission to move around freely, Ahau's face goes even redder than before.
don't lose hope, Ahau. By the same standard, you have freedom of movement now, too. You're still in the game?
Same standard? I will not be held to the same standard as that thing!
Well, too bad. Now you are.
That's right. You won't. As far as I understand, the Palais Mermonia will want to assess your case on its own merits before they grant you freedom of movement.
Where's that Saurian meat restaurant again? I'm gonna march that little pink balloon right into the kitchen!
Yeah, good luck with that, bro. You'll be putting your own neck on the line, too.
No, because I'm a hologram. You hear me? I'm a hologram. My consciousness is in Kinichi's, like, Ben 10 watch, alright?
Also, there's no such restaurant!
Paimon is... You know what I just realized, guys? Paimon is the only smart one here. Look, okay, ignore Kinich, and ignore us because we're silent. Paimon is the only smart one.
Anyway, thanks for looking after Ahau, guys. I'll take over from here.
Why, you?
One cuckoo delivered as promised.
Between the two, Kukuku wins the cuteness competition hands down.
We getting picky now?
Really? Thanks! Wait, who are the other contestants, though?
I had no idea what you meant by that.
So now that our crew's back together again, what's our next move? Oh, how about a game of rock, paper, scissors?
Uh-huh.
No chance. If I lose, we'll end up stuck in the room watching films all over again.
That's beautiful. I love that.
Nope. This time, we'll only watch a film if I lose instead.
Dude!
Had enough too, huh?
For real now? Come on, bro!
Can we just ditch this whole leaving it all to chance thing? Why don't we take our fate into our own hands?
Aren't we doing that already? Rock, paper, scissors uses our hands.
Exactly!
Don't know why you're laughing. You're stuck with paper every time.
Yeah, because he doesn't have hands. He really is their son. Oh my god. I love it. I love Auron just dragging Aoife to watch like a bunch of just dragging Aoife to watch a bunch of movies. I love that. That's he's sick of them. He's sick of the films. Oh yeah, that's right. Oh, wait till the next day. Okay. Oh darn, it's 9. Okay, so I think we're going to I do want to play a little bit more. At least finish this like whole section. Or I could just like speed run as much as I can the last, because they're usually done in like 3 acts. Oh, I don't know how many. Hold on, I need to check that actually. I need to check that. Because like by the time I stream next time, like the event is over. Hold up, actually, let me check. Let me check. Oh, Farina's there. Oh, is this the new bow? Sequence of Solitude. It looks pretty cool. Now, I just want to, like, Act 1. Ah, shoot, we're still only in Act 1 then? Darn. Wait, no. Oh, wait, no, that's the minigame. That's the minigame. I'm stupid. That's the minigame, guys. Okay, we are in Act 2. Okay, because usually there are only 3 acts. Okay, time to go to the Palais Mermonia. Okay, I'll see if I can, like...
Maybe we should go hang around the Palais Mermonia to see if anyone shows up to claim it.
Out of pure hypothetical curiosity. Aoife's a vet. More specifically, a Saurian vet. Would the Saurian medicine work on him? I'm like, hypothetically, okay? Hypothetically, would it work on him? Would there ever be a moment where, I don't know, Nicolette does actually get stabbed at one point. I don't know, beats me. And he's like, oh man, I'm dying. I need help. And then like normal doctors show up and they bring out like, I don't know, some kind of like medicine that doesn't work on him. And he's like, ah, shoot, I can't take this. I can't take this, that's not good. And then like, pretend this is Aoife. And then Aoife is like, oh, wait, I can help you. And he's like, yes, please help me. I'm dying out here. And then Aoife's like, all right, let me look into my little bag. All right. Okay, so first I'm gonna check your temperature. And he's like, you know, on second thought, maybe the human medicine is a better alternative. And okay, I'll stop. Hello.
Huh, looks like there were quite a few others with the same idea.
Ah, hello, you two.
Hello.
Have there been any developments?
Yes?
Okay, guess not. Well, the notice was only just posted. Guess it's pretty unlikely that someone would show up right at...
Special Patrol, open up.
Ah! Who's there? What's going on? The Special Patrol?
I don't think that's who this is.
Someone's knocking on the door. Please, anything but the Special Patrol.
Hey, this isn't the time for silly jokes. Let's go check it out.
Oh.
Good day, all. Gramps, grannies, aunts, and uncles.
Yes, indeed. Yep.
What in the Tevat are you doing here, Auroron?
What in the Tevat?
Oh, he must be the one you mentioned. Kukuku's owner?
No, it's just a friend.
One of his owners. Kind of.
Oh my god, I missed some of y'all's comments. I'm so sorry. Oh, this happens like every stream. I don't know why, but I just never see all of the comments until way later. Nah. We need a moment to read some of these. From you guys. Okay, Cora says, Mafia boss off voice. No, but deadass, literally. Ra the Dalmatian says, that sounds similar. Banoclax, I mean. Zelfie Rose, I think is how you pronounce it. Zelfie Rose says, trust the dragon translation. He got the spirit. He does. Well, that escalated quickly. I love the way Nicolette says Kukuku. Cora says, he's been released from legal prison. And Chorus also says, it technically should work. About the medicine? I mean, technically it should. It was just me being silly. Chorus says, yes, bro and sir interactions. I love these. Oh, man. This is great. This event is so funny just on the character interactions alone.
But, bro, what are you doing here?
I'm here to claim a lost item.
What are you doing? I can't tell if he's being deadpan or deadly serious. See, that's the great thing about Auroron, is that you literally you can't tell anything.
Is this the person you saw on the boat, Mr. Kinich?
No, it's not. Not at all.
Somehow I highly doubt that.
I can feel it.
For starters, he just addressed us as Gramps and Grannies.
Indeed.
And unless this is the youngest-looking middle-aged man in the world, I don't think he's our guy.
I apologize for my grandson bursting in like this.
Huh. Was there something wrong with my door-knocking etiquette? That's how they do it in all the films.
I love him. This guy. Oh my god. Dude, no. Okay. New headcanon. Auroron. Oh, sorry if I blew. New headcanon. Auroron is the kind of guy who, like. Okay, cause remember when I said that, like, nobody for a long, for basically ever would, like, if you lived in Natlan, you basically couldn't leave, right. My new headcanon is that, like, before Auroron head off to Fontaine, he got access to some movies, and he's like, I've never been to Fontaine, I need to mentally prepare myself, so we're just gonna watch, like, a boatload of Fontaine movies, and, to learn about them and their culture. In other words, I'm gonna replicate what they do on TV, because that's how I think the world works.
That's not door-knocking etiquette. That's the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol doing their job! Completely different things!
Oh, I see. I figured it was just a polite way of requesting entry to show the people inside you had something important to discuss.
Yeah. You know it is. You know, it is.
Oh, sorry about that. I totally goofed that one up. Give me a moment. I'll go back out and try again.
No need, we're good.
So, Roran, you said you were here to claim a lost item. What did you lose?
Yeah, so basically...
Auron carefully describes the lost art item he's come to claim. From the style of the box and the... Oh, okay.
For real now? Oh, come on, bro.
Wait, what? I missed something! What did it say? Okay, everything seems to match. Okay. Is arresting my dear grandson what it's come to?
Auroran, be honest now. Were you the one who lost this?
Cora says, Paimon is so done with him. No, I just love, for the first time, Paimon is like, intelligent. I get, okay, maybe not intelligent, but like, she's normal. Or it's not that, no, it's just that she's surrounded by idiots.
No, it belongs to a friend.
Oh, it belongs to Aoife?
So it belongs to Aoife?
Of course not. Aoife has his own gun.
Okay, then who? You have other friends? Auron, tell us the truth. Otherwise, we're gonna have to arrest you for real, alright?
All right then. I knew this wouldn't go well. So here's what went down. This morning, Eve and I were playing rock, paper, scissors. Before long, he'd lost, as he usually does. So we figured we'd head out and visit some of the Court of Fontaine's famous landmarks. When we got near the plaza, a man suddenly stopped us to ask for help. He said that he had lost something and that someone had found it and sent it over to the Palais Mermonia. But apparently he used to work here and was worried it'd be awkward bumping into his old coworkers. So he asked us to pretend to be the owners and claim it on his behalf.
Okay. What is going on?
You didn't manage to keep that pretense up for long.
It's fine. I'm not the one who feels awkward anyway.
I can tell.
So, a former employee of the Palais Mermonia. Was this individual a Fontaine native?
Yes, at least I assume so. He looked like a well-dressed gentleman to me. We were about to refuse, but he was so polite.
Could it have been a disguise?
Oh no. Auroran,
Oh no.
Paimon thinks you've been tricked. This person might be in cahoots with the bad guys.
Aoife, you didn't do your job as a chaperone correctly.
Oh, maybe he already took off and escaped as soon as your mission went pear-shaped.
No way. I'm not that dumb.
Uh-huh.
Huh?
Yeah.
He's not going anywhere. Aoife and Kakuku are keeping an eye on him over at the plaza.
It's like this little criminal guy is like, oh man, yeah, no, these people seem vulnerable and weak and stupid enough. I'm gonna use them to manipulate them so that I can get, it's my get myself at a avoid jailed card. And then 5 hours later, he is stuck with playing rock paper scissors with a fucking bird and a veterinarian who says, no way, bro, are you even hearing yourself 1,000 times? And then after the third hour, he's like, I regret this. Maybe my dad was right. Maybe I should have been a doctor.
Keeping an eye on him. I like the sound of that.
Nicely done, bro.
In that case, let's hurry over to where Aoife is. Time to catch that con man and find out what's really going on here.
Wait a minute, I have a question first. Traveler, Paimon, you're pretty famous in Natlan, right?
You could say that.
Oh, we're basically household names. But why do you ask?
Well, it's not just us. Kini, Chiruron, and Aoife, too. Like, dang.
Would that be a problem?
Remember when I said that the seller might be watching in secret?
If so, then picking Auroran to do their dirty work was a careless mistake on their part.
It suggests that the person who got Auroran to claim the item might not be fully in the know themselves.
Okay. Wait, like... I don't know.
There are plenty of unanswered questions, but standing around racking our brains won't help. However, I still suggest that the famous faces among us, meaning the Traveler and Kinich, oh, and of course, Monsieur and Nivelette too, stay here for the time being. We'll empty the box, give it to Auroron, and then he can claim the item as if nothing happened. I'll follow to check if anyone is watching. I doubt anyone would recognize me anyway, so I shouldn't draw too much attention.
Being low-key has its advantages.
I think this plan is worth a try. I shall leave it to the pair of you.
So, I have to go undercover again, right?
Well, not exactly undercover. Just drop the special patrol persona and be yourself instead.
Roger that. Over and out.
Dang. This guy. These men. These guys. Just these dudes in general. All of them. Every single one. Every single one. They're all idiots. Every single one of them. Oh, head to the plaza as planned. Oh, okay. I guess we actually are. Oh.
No sign of any suspicious individuals around here. Auroron has entered the elevator as planned. I'll head over to the plaza now. Auroron's taking the elevator. I should take a different route to the plaza.
A different route? Is there another one? Is there another route? It's the only route I know. I don't think there's another route. Oh.
This isn't the way that Auroron said.
What?
Am I getting too old to remember directions?
No, it's just me. It's just me. Being confused. Being kerfuffled. It's gonna do the thing, yeah. Another way to enter the plaza? What other way? I don't know any other way.
No sign of any suspicious individuals around here.
I doubt there's anything up here.
Auroron has entered the elevator as planned.
Yeah, I don't think there is.
I'll head over to the plaza now. Auroron's taking the elevator. I should take a different route to the plaza.
Do I just like glide? Yeah, I'm just gonna glide because I literally have no idea like what is this other way. I'm sorry, I don't know. Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot, you don't drown. I forgot that you don't drown in Fontaine. I forgot that. I was like, oh man, I need to find land quickly before he drowns. You can't. Alright, somewhere here. There's Aoife. Oh.
Nothing suspicious going on here either. Strange. Maybe we're overthinking this?
Oh.
Stop with the pecking! Stop with the pecking! Please, sir, I'm begging you, do me a favor and get this pet of yours under control!
No.
The heck are you on about?
Sorry, but he's not my pet. He's my coworker. And I should warn you, he's not too happy with how you're talking about him.
What the? This thing has a job? So in that land, they just dish out jobs to any old thing.
Ah, Fontainians, dude. Let me tell you, some of the best group of citizens you will ever come across.
Uh-oh. Kukuku's not too big on being called a thing either. You're on your own now.
I'm sorry. Please, Mr. Kukuku. Master Kukuku. Lord Kukuku. I meant no offense, I promise.
All right, Kukuku. That'll do for now. Let me ask him some questions first.
Sure thing, bro.
Auroron actually looks pretty serious this time. Was he just pretending to be clueless earlier?
No, he's just weird.
Interesting. Think I'll sit back and see how this plays out.
You actually got it? Wow, didn't think it would be that easy.
Cora says the violent burb tendencies. Yes.
Ah, excellent. Looks like sending you was the right approach after all.
After all?
Oh. That's on you.
I
That was
mean,
on you. That's
because the
100%
staff
on
at
you,
the
honey.
Ballet
Like.
Harmonia don't recognize you, right?
So I got it, but I don't remember promising I'd hand it over.
Oh.
Huh?
This thing's pretty cool. I've taken a bit of a liking to it.
Oh my god. I love how Risley is like, oh, he dropped the clueless persona. You know, maybe he was just acting dumb the whole time. No, he's not. That's just genuinely how he is. He's just being a movie he's just being like a movie person now. Yeah, Aoife's like, oh, god dang it.
Please don't do this, my good sir, my master, my lord. My very life hangs in the balance.
His life hangs in the balance?
If this means so much to you, what are you gonna offer me in return?
Are you trying to get him to say my life?
How'd you know that?
Because I watched that film with you. You should drop the act. We don't want a real misunderstanding in our hands.
You're probably right. But honestly, I don't know what else to say.
Fair enough.
Sorry, this is the most myself I can be. Is that enough?
Bro! Dude! Bro.
Enough. More than enough.
He's like, sorry, bro. I tried. I tried really hard. It wasn't good enough.
Who's this dude?
Just think of me as a staff member from the Palais Mermonia. Now, if you don't mind, I have some questions for this gentleman about that life or death treasure you were just discussing. Truthful answers appreciated, of course.
Oh no, I'm toast now.
What's that supposed to mean? You don't think the Palais Mermonia has the ability to protect our citizens?
No, I mean, yes, of course they do. Please ask away.
I could do that. But I'd rather you just tell the whole story, from the beginning.
Spill the tea,
I
come on.
suppose I only have myself to blame. Such a rare antique, I couldn't resist. I'm a collector of antiques. Nothing excites me more than rare, old relics, and to be completely honest, if someone's selling, I'm buying. I don't care to ask where they sourced their goods. As for the seller of this particular item, well, I've never met him in person. We've had some prior dealings, but always under the cover of coded ads in some shady tabloids. Lost and found notices, missing person ads, that sort of thing. As long as I took care to hide a time and place somewhere within the text, then slipped some mora into the envelope before submitting the ad, it would get published. And that was that. No fuss, no trace. Simple, right? Normally, everything goes off without a hitch. But this time, I arrive at the pickup spot expecting a discreet in and out, and instead, I find a whole construction crew at work. That was not what we'd agreed. But I couldn't just let it go, so I reached out to him again the same way as usual. He replied, and do you know what he said? He told me that the item's now in the Palais Mermonia.
Well, he wasn't lying about that.
He insisted that it would be inconvenient for him to make an appearance himself, but said that if I could somehow find a way to retrieve it from the Palais, he'd give me a discount on the price. Of course it wasn't the discount that swung it. Do I look like I'm strapped for cash?
What a weird way of saying it. Of saying that.
Feeling smug now, are we?
Feeling smug now, are we?
No, please go easy on me.
Go on.
Where was I? Well, anyway, I thought to myself, seeing as the item itself came from Natlan, It would make more sense if I could find someone from there to go retrieve it. And by a stroke of complete and utter coincidence, I just so happened to see these two young folks wandering around, so I'm so very sorry. I underestimated the pair of you.
I need you to clear something up for me. You haven't paid the seller yet, correct? And yet he told you to collect the item from the Palais Mermonia. Was he not worried that you just split afterwards?
Well, to be honest, though I can't claim to know him very well, he, on the other hand, seems to know my name and where I live.
That's creepy. That is so creepy.
Besides, this is a guy who managed to get his hands on an ancient Natlanese weapon. That's probably not the kind of person I want to double-cross.
Okay. So you were making a deal with, not a stalker, but somebody who knows just a little bit too much.
Fair. That makes sense.
Yeah, makes sense.
So, Mr.
Please, just call me Argento.
All right, Mr. Argento. Listen very carefully to what I'm about to say. It will determine how much of the rest of your life you'll be spending beneath the waves.
Fair enough.
What does he mean? Is he gonna drown him just like they do in those gangster films?
This guy.
Oh, I get it. He's talking about that place at the bottom of the Fontainian Sea.
Uh-huh.
Shh, can it?
Owing to your suspected involvement in the illicit trade of Natlanese relics, you're now one of the suspects in an international smuggling case. A trip to the Opera Epiclese seems unavoidable at this stage, but on the bright side, you still have one chance to make things right.
Okay. Do I really? Please tell me what to do.
It's very simple. Just reach out to your seller in the same way as usual, arrange to meet, bring the money, and make the deal. Just be sure to let me know all the details. I'm talking time, place, the whole lot. If we can catch the other party by doing this, you'll have gone some way toward redeeming yourself. Understand?
Oh, I see. I understand. You shall have my full and unadulterated cooperation.
Good. Don't break the law, and don't even think about making a run for it. The Palais Mermonia will be watching you and ensuring your safety.
Uh-huh.
All right, take the box, but leave your ID and other documents behind. You can go now. As for you two, protocol dictates that I should take you both back to the Palais and have you sign a confidentiality agreement. But that would take a lot of time and effort.
Such a hassle, bro!
See, Mr. Kukuku knows exactly where I'm coming from. So, I was thinking, since you're all friends of the Traveler...
I understand, sir. We got dragged into this by accident, and it has diddly squat to do with us. And out of respect for the Traveler, we won't say another word.
Oh, I know this part. We better keep our mouths shut, or we'll both be sleeping with the fishes in the tailor-made pair of cement shoes.
Yeah, exactly.
In that case, I understand completely.
You can just tell that these two voice actors had the time of their lives recording these.
Not exactly what I was going for, but if that's how you want to understand it, then be my guest. Then it's settled. Thanks for your help. Boy, am I glad that's over. That's enough work for one day. Time to head back.
What? What's gonna happen? No, okay. Dead silence.
Judging by your expression, it must be good news, huh?
It went smoothly, on the whole.
Risley recounts what happened. It all makes perfect sense, but somehow it feels like Risley has glossed over a lot of the bro talk.
So basically, we hold off until Argento and the other party have set up the next stage of the transaction. Then we plan our next move.
Patience will be key.
I get that. It's like hunting. I'm just not sure the other party will take the bait so easily.
Well, if he didn't need the money, or if he valued self-preservation over making a profit, he could have walked away as soon as the contraband was brought to the Palais Mermonia. On top of that, Although he hasn't shown his face yet, he seems to have no followers or accomplices, and he's relying on an extremely limited set of options to push the deal along. So, if you ask me, he seems like someone who cares a lot about his image and has a somewhat high opinion of himself, but lacks any real ability.
Dang.
I almost get the feeling that if he misses out on this opportunity, he won't have any other way of making money. His every move is like a spin of the roulette wheel, hoping that the ball will land exactly where he wants it to. Or, I don't know.
He's like, oh, I was just speaking from personal experience. That's all. That's all.
Maybe he'll cut his losses and vanish into thin air, and our efforts will have been in vain.
It kind of reminds me of, like, there's a voice line he has somewhere that mentions, like, don't tell this to anyone, but if you're ever in a situation where you need to avoid the guards, give yourself a really long, complicated name that people struggle to say. And so when the police grabs you, right, and they're going to try to say your name, they're going to struggle. And in that moment of struggle, you make a run for it. I mean, I don't know if that's exactly what he says, but he says something along those lines. And it's like, I mean, look at his name.
At least Natlan will get the stolen relic back, so it won't have been for nothing.
In that case, let's hope his arrogance stays in play.
Everyone, I have just briefed the
hello.
Marechaussee Phantom on the situation. As soon as there are any further developments, we will act without delay. When that time comes, we will be relying on your help.
Leave it to us.
We'll be waiting for the good news.
Yay, Act 2 is completed. Okay, I think I will go ahead and just do Act 3. Because, again, I'm, like, thinking about it now, and I'm like, yeah, no, like, because this event's only out for, like, yeah, by the, I won't be able to stream it after this because it's about to end. And that's on me.
On the topic of kidnapping cases, how exactly do we define the subject of a kidnapping? According to the regulations, I mean.
Huh?
Aside from humans, do pets count? What about sentient, non-human beings? Of course, melazines go without saying, but what about a being like a cuckoo?
I am surprised that you are unfamiliar with the legal provisions on this matter.
If I knew all the laws like the back of my hand, I wouldn't have ended up in the fortress of Meripede, would I?
Fair enough.
That is no laughing matter, Wriothesley.
Dude, shut up! Come on! That is no laughing matter. Like, come on, dude. He was making a joke, okay? He was making a joke. You know, a joke. It's supposed to make you laugh. It's supposed to make you laugh. Dude, all of the Rylette shippers are going so crazy right now for this. All of the Rylette shippers are like, oh my god, Hoyo finally listened to us. I'm sitting here being like, okay, but Aoife and Auroron, alright? Aoife and Auroron and Cuckoo, whatever his name is their child. Where's Farina? Oh wait, actually, no, where's Farina? Where's my girl? Actually, this, you know what I noticed? This is a very male-centric event. I just realized. This is a very male-centric event. See, this is Hoyoverse, apologizing for the fact that they haven't released a This is Hoyoverse apologizing for the fact that they haven't released a male character in like, oh my god, like nearly a year now. This is them apologizing for it. Like, this event is them apologizing for, This event is them apologizing for how they sidelined Kinich, and it's also them apologizing for the lack of new male characters. Cora says, I was expecting the acts to be much longer. Yeah, the acts with events, I think, like, originally, the event acts were, like, I mean, a little shorter than the normal quests, but, like, around the same length. And then, like, over time, or maybe it's just me going through them really fast, I don't know. But, like, then over time, they just kind of got a little bit shorter. I mean, they're not... It depends on the event. There's some events where the acts are
sent someone to
really
contact
short.
us this morning. That must mean there's been some progress. No time to waste. Let's head out.
Because there are some events where the acts are really, really short, actually. Like, not like a couple minutes long or anything, but like short enough to make you go, oh, I thought there was more than that. They're making up for the lack of male characters, literally. Because I just realized this is a very male-centric, event going on. Just a bunch of dudes.
Hey, everyone! We're not late, are we?
No, you're just in time. Well rested, I trust?
Staying busy keeps you sharp.
A great way to stay energetic, certainly.
Have you all started preparing?
We received word from Mr. Argenteau yesterday, confirming the time and location of the transaction. It'll take place this afternoon, and it turns out it'll be somewhere we all know pretty well, too. The film Fantasyland restaurant.
Oh, really? Huh. He sure does like that place.
But...
Seems like you share our concerns, Traveler.
Indeed. Capturing someone in a crowded event venue will be much more challenging than in an open area. The criminal might try to blend in with the crowd, or even escape by taking hostages. In light of this, we've had to make additional preparations. As soon as we received the news yesterday, we began coordinating with the Marechaussee Phantom and the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol.
We'll be deploying lots of undercover agents on site. If things go south, the safety of the civilians will be our top priority. Of course, fingers crossed, everything will go without a hitch.
I noticed a bunch of familiar faces from the previous case, like Captain Chevres of the Special Patrol, so I'm feeling optimistic.
I love that you just know these people.
We'll trust your instincts then. Oh, yeah, and by the way, we've also been in communication with Miss Lapine Pauline and Miss Navia.
The Spina di Rosula will provide support within a controlled scope, so there's no need to worry.
The only potential issue is with Miss Escoffier.
She doesn't want to serve criminals? Or does she want to introduce them to her chopping board?
You know what, that might not be such a bad idea.
It's like, some tact, Risley. Yes,
All right, no more jokes. Miss Escoffier has made it clear that she doesn't want her restaurant to suffer any losses as a result of this operation. But, well, I have a feeling things might not go quite as smoothly as she hopes.
Is there anything I can do?
To be honest, we shouldn't have dragged you into this in the first place, and it's caused you quite enough trouble already. The Fontainian authorities should be able to handle the rest from here. But still, I'm guessing you'd like to see how it all turns out.
Yeah. I mean, I'm the
Well
protagonist.
then, feel free to head down to the scene, but just stay alert and play it by ear. You won't necessarily have to do anything. Unless things go pear-shaped, of course.
I'll do my best to ensure that things don't escalate to that point.
We're getting involved. Wait, you're getting involved too, Kanichi?
Of course. There are still a lot of unanswered questions, but our intel so far indicates that the culprit's from Natlan. Plus, I'm already a witness in this case. Might as well see this thing through to the end.
That's the Kanichi we know and love!
The group go on to discuss the specifics of the operation and things to watch out for. For once, the conversation goes surprisingly smoothly, perhaps because Ahau and Kakuku aren't present. It's just as well, really. Things could have gotten awkward if Ahau showed up and started cursing out Nicolette. No, seriously though, like, I tell my brother all the time that, okay, not with Ahau, but with Apep, which is the dragon sovereign in Sumeru. Like, when we meet Apep for the first time, she literally, like, just glances at Nahida and goes, and basically goes, like, what are you and your puny little pussy ass doing in my domain? Get the hell out of here. Get your human out of here. You don't belong here. Nahida's like, hey, can we just, like, talk for a hot minute? And Apep deadass goes, like, hey, you know gods don't last forever, right? One day you're gonna die, and I'm gonna laugh, okay? I'm gonna be so happy when you're gone. And Nahida's like, please, I need to heal you. You're not, like... And so, like, my brother and I have long said that, like, if there was ever an event where Nicolette spoke with Apep in any way, shape, or form, Apep is like... If there was any event like that, Apep would just glance at Nicolette and go, what is this shameless display that is in front of me right now? Are you saying that our great and mighty race has degraded to such ugly forms?
Well, that's
Anyway.
enough of the small talk. The operation's scheduled for the afternoon. If we're quick enough, we'll even have time for a few cups of tea before we leave.
Oh, and let's grab something to eat too. Can't work on an empty stomach, you know.
But won't you just be watching?
And rooting for you. It's a very important job.
True.
All right, I'll head over to the venue now. Ahao's been harping on for days now about this event-exclusive meal he wants to try. Guess I might as well shut him up sooner rather than later. See you in a bit.
I look forward to hearing how it all goes.
The price of every price. Alright. Let's see, where am I going? This way. Oh. Fall off the edge. Wait, actually, where exactly? Oh, wait, no. This is like near the opera, isn't it? Yep, it is.
This beach seems to be getting livelier by the day.
Thanks in part, surely, to the undercover agents. Dang.
Traveler,
Yes?
Paimon's getting kind of hungry.
Uh-huh.
Let's go check out the restaurant menu, shall we?
That guy with the case, that's got to be him. Alright, it's business time. The giant glass of tea. Well, it's not glass. Giant cup. Oh? Okay. Whoa, okay. Alright. Cutscene. Animated cutscene. Whoa.
Your friend thought you might be thirsty.
Uh-huh.
Won't you stay and drink it?
I tend to steer clear of drinks left out in the open.
You're surrounded.
This is so
Give up
cool.
and come with.
Farina! She's oh my god!
Stop right there!
Oh, look! A surprise performance!
I am so shocked.
Here we are!
After him!
This is so cool.
Sorry, my guy. Unlicensed and illegally docked. This boat's not going anywhere.
Quick! Don't let him get away!
Be careful!
Amazing!
Dude, I'm sorry. I'm just like
Lord,
watching.
No one flies higher than the almighty Dragon Lord! Who's stealing my son? You again! You're driving me crazy! Oh, wow,
Caught by Kinch.
All right, that's a wrap.
That's cute. That was so cool. That was so cool, actually.
Unbelievable! You can't just drag someone around like that! Such blatant disregard for human life! I'm gonna sue the living daylights out of you!
So, honey, you think we got a court system in Fontaine? Of course they do. Honey, you think we have a court system in Natlan? Nah, I'm gonna drag you back to our land and beat your ass.
Will you now? I think I did you a favor by pulling you away from your audience. Saved you some face at the very least. As for whether you were facing up or down along the way, well, that was your decision, wasn't it?
You...
There's a crab next to you. There's a crab right there. There it is.
All right, I admit it. I was in the wrong. Oh, of course I know the difference between right and wrong, but I had no choice. I desperately needed the money. I was an expert on ancient relics. Not only did I have a successful career, but a happy family too.
Alright, what's your tragic anime backstory, dude?
But my son, I never imagined he'd turn out this way. Fell in with the wrong crowd and ended up shoulder deep in gambling. We had some savings, but he drained them away like a waterfall. Once he fell into debt, he had creditors regularly coming over to threaten and intimidate him.
Okay.
I'm his father. How could I just stand by and watch him suffer like that? Oh, my son is about the same age as you are. If only he could have turned out more like you. That's the only reason I needed the money. Please, believe me.
This is all crazy. Cora says, going for a comic book inspired animation was amazing. No, actually, yeah, no, it was so cool. And I love the part where he, like, hits the guard with the panel that Navia was in. That was so cool. Also, I don't know if you guys noticed, but, like, when Escoffier was calling him, like a filthy swine, she was covering Farina's ears. Like, man, Farina's a film director. I'm sure she's heard a good chunk of swearing in her life.
You... Please, kid, I'm begging you, help me. I see you're from Natland too. That makes us brothers. Please, have mercy. I still have a chance to help my son straighten himself out. But only if I get back. If I go to prison now, he'll be doomed, I tell you, doomed! And isn't standing together and fighting for a better future what families do? Our fate is in your hands, young man. Please, have a heart.
Something wrong, Kanich? Gone soft, have we?
Just, huh?
I don't believe a word you say.
Oop. Uh-oh.
Wriothesley had you just about figured out. You're a gambler. Pure and simple.
You are the son.
A gambler? Me? Nonsense! I told you, it's my son!
First of all, are you really from Natland?
Oh?
You've been keeping tabs on the gun's whereabouts this whole time. You should have recognized at least one familiar face by now. On top of that, the way you threatened to sue me? Spoken like a true Fontainian, if you ask me.
No, that's funny because I literally made a joke about that. I literally made a joke being like, man, you think Natland has a court system? you really think that? I love that.
Huh? What kind of logic is that?
There's no legal system in our in our land. I actually don't know. I wonder if there is one.
I can explain.
Whoa.
I actually grew up in...
Can you even name one tribe?
I don't want to hear another word. Ahau, here's your chance. Shut someone else up for once.
The moment I've been waiting for. Eat this, scumbag!
Uh-huh.
Being a compulsive liar is one of the hallmarks of a die-hard gambler. I bet you're just a Fontainian pretending to be from Natland. Even if you have any friends or family to speak of, I'm guessing they've long since cut all ties with you. And you have your depraved ways to thank for that. Of course.
Damn.
I might be wrong.
Like, I don't know if he's even listening.
But does that matter? I'm just here to arrest you. If you're looking for an advocate or a shoulder to cry on, you're out of luck.
I was also going to, I didn't mention it, but the part where he's like, oh, you're Fontainian, that means we're brothers, right? And I was gonna make like a tiny little comment about like, okay, but what if they're like from different tribes, even though the tribes like don't fight each other in Natland. I just love the few moments where I make like a dumb little joke and it turns out that like I was right the whole time.
Besides, prying the truth out of you is exactly what your beloved courts are for.
Oh?
Isn't that right?
Oh, Chevrus is muted as well. Okay. That's right. It's been a while, Mr. Kanich. The Special Patrol will take this criminal off your hands now.
Many thanks.
Please, I should be the one thanking you for all the help you've given us.
And me? What about me? So rude. You should be bowing down in gratitude to the almighty Dragon Lord.
As you wish. My thanks to you. My thanks to you, and also to Mr. Kukuku for your show-stopping performance.
Hey, what do you mean? Hold it right there!
Are you okay, Kanich?
Don't worry. I'm fine. I wasn't the one who just got dragged all the way here.
You seemed a little upset just now.
Little Kanich, thinking back to when you were just an itty-bitty boy, Kanich, aren't ya?
Lore, Kinich lore? Kinich backstory?
Aw, don't start crying like a little baby! I am the almighty Dragon Lord! No servant of mine will be seen acting so weak and pathetic in public!
What are you on about?
Bad how? Bad.
Still, I suppose there's no point hiding it from you. To put it plainly, I can't stand gamblers. They're the most irresponsible people in the entire world. No respect for the principle that you have to give in order to get. They'll tell 1,000 lies for a single coin, deluding themselves into thinking they can use it to gamble their way to a vast fortune.
Sounds personal.
But we all know that even when it looks like you're getting something for free, there's always an unseen cost. In the past, I also ended up paying a price for my father's gambling losses. I don't want anyone else to end up in a similar situation if I can help it.
Kinich.
Don't feel sorry for me. I certainly don't feel sorry for myself. They say that people are shaped by their past, and since I've made it this far, I must have done a lot of things right. We should never punish ourselves for the mistakes of others. Instead, I choose to remember the moments that helped me grow. Like when I first learned to use a grappling hook.
That's cute.
Or the very first time I yearned for knowledge.
I get it.
Yeah, I believe you. Let's get going. If we don't head back soon, we'll cause more unnecessary worry.
So I don't know too much about Kinich's backstory. Come on. I don't know too much about Kinich's backstory, but what I did know was that his father was pretty abusive. And not just in the, I gambled all of my money away from that, but in the, like, I'll beat you up kind of abusive. And, I think how he died was literally, like, he, like, fell off a cliff while drunk or something like that. So, yeah. So, no, like, the entire scene where Kinich is like, I hate you, like, you terrible scum. Poison of the earth. I was sitting here like, are we gonna get Kinich lore? Cora says, so fun that we get lore for a character in a timed event. It's always so fun. My biggest criticism with it though, is this is fine. Like the lore here that was presented here, I think this was fine. This was great. Because it's not lore. It's not like super deep lore with Kinich. It's just like, all right, my father was a gambler. My father was a gambling man, and it caused a lot of pain in my childhood, but I pushed through it. But it's not like my issue is when they do what they did with Kazuha in, because I have him. Well, yeah, there you go. My issue is like what they did with him, where his story quests were nothing about his backstory at all. And they don't need to be about his backstory, about their backstories, but in a summer event, like, a third of that summer event was learning about his backstory, and it was very detailed, too. It was a lot. You learned so much about him. And it was so cool, but it also sucked at the same time, because, it's a limited time event. It's only there for, like, a short amount of time, and then, like, all of the new players are, or the players that missed it, aren't going to, they can look it up, but it's not this, like, it's not the same feeling as, like, playing it yourself. I think what they did here, though, was pretty good, though. Because it's not, like, super deep, vital information on Kinichi's backstory, but it's, like, just enough to, like, mwah, spice it up. Hello.
Yay! Traveler, Kanichi, you're back! We just saw Chevro's taking the criminal away! She looked pretty pleased with herself.
Well, it did go smoother than expected.
So after so much running in circles, turns out he had no fight in him, huh? Guess running away was the only trick up his sleeve. Oh, also, Risley said to let you know that he's already left. He went to report back to the Palais Mermonia. Apparently, the Mari show say Phantom's preparing to carry out an in-depth investigation into illegal gambling activities. Sounds like they'll have their hands full.
You sound like you read that. Well, I mean, like, no, duh, the voice actor read it, but, like, you sound like you read it.
Anyway, that's for the Palais to worry about, not really our concern.
Judging by how fast the Duke took off, I'd say he was avoiding my camera. But I guess I'm used to that by now.
Hey, it's not like you to give up so easily, Charlotte.
It's fine. I've got plenty of other great shots back there. More than enough for a front page spread. On that note, this busy reporter needs to scoot. Those photos won't develop themselves.
Make sure you pick the best shots of Paimon. Oh, already gone. Hope she heard that.
Nope. You can trust her judgment, Paimon. She's a professional photographer.
Yeah, you're right. But what took you all so long to get here? Did something happen?
Ahau bonked his head and started crying. Kinichi hit his head and started to cry. No, Ahau.
What? Rumors and slander! When have I, the almighty Dragon Lord, Kahulahau, ever sunk to such sniveling?
Often, actually.
Anyway, what's next?
To be honest, I haven't decided yet.
Yeah, you just kind of washed up here. Well,
At
not
the moment,
washed up, but like ended up here.
I've got nothing urgent to get back for. And in any case, the court might need me to testify again. Plus, that gun's still a key piece of evidence. I'll probably have to wait until the case is closed before I can return it to Natlan. So, I guess I'll be sticking around to enjoy the beach a little longer.
That was cute. That was cute. All right. That was actually very short. That was way shorter than I thought it would be. All right. Well, yeah, there's the knee-jerk part of me is like, oh, well, there's technically the other half of the event, but that other half is mostly just like tutorial. Like if there is like character interaction, it's mostly just tutorial for the minigames. It's not exactly like story stuff. So I guess this is it when it comes to story stuff.
Let
me just get my stuff.
Thank you for
Thank you.
And
all my materials. Is that it? Nothing else? Nope, no achievements or anything. Alrighty, I guess that's it. So let's get back to the infinite void for a little bit. Get out of here, Adobe. I don't even use you, honestly. Alright, let's just put the little music back on. Okay, so this cute little event. Gonna be honest, out of like general events, because these are obviously more like chill, low-key events. They're nothing like super special or anything. They're just kind of for fun. It's not like Lantern Rite, which honestly I really regret missing. I seriously regret missing the Lantern Rite, but whatever. The narrative's completed, yeah. Honestly, I'm gonna be honest, I was expecting a little bit more out of this event. Not because I wanted this event to be like a Windbloom festival or anything like that, and I think the music just is a little bit too loud. Not because I expected I was expecting like Lantern Rite Windbloom summer event levels of like, this is obviously more like low-key, but I guess it's more because I missed Inazuma's event, but that event had to do with like the ley lines being all like messed up, And the Lantern Rite event, I know that one was also about like the ley lines being all messed up. And of course, Natlan, a big part of its main story was its ley lines being messed up. And a lot of people, there was like theories floating around that the stuff we were doing in Natlan, was canonically, well, not like directly, but like there were theories floating around that like whatever, like all of the stuff we were doing in Natlan with like the Abyss and whatever were having like ripple effects to the rest of the world. Or like the Night Kingdom shenanigans were having like ripple effects. And so again, I wasn't expecting anything like super serious. I wasn't expecting anything like that, but I was expecting something to be like something messed up with Fontaine and its ley lines or its geography or its whatever. But I mean, I guess if Fontaine is gonna be one thing, it's gonna be the nation where it's just kind of its own thing. Like everybody thinks that Natlan is the nation that's just kind of like worried, it just kind of has its own thing going on. That's Fontaine. Fontaine always has its own thing going on. But as for the story in and of itself, I thought it was cute. I thought it was fine. I don't think it was anything, like, again, even as, like, a more chiller, low-key type thing, story-wise, I think it was alright. It was fine. I think the previous event in Fontaine, which had to do with a film festival, I thought that was better, narrative-wise. I thought that one was a lot better. It was a little bit more gripping. I thought the animated sequence was a little cooler, although this animated sequence was really cool. I really loved the comic book style. But I think it needed like a bit more, I don't know if it needed more build-up. I don't know. I think the problem was that nothing was treated, and again, it's not a serious story. It's not. It's very clearly meant to be chill and low-key. But I guess it just didn't feel serious enough, which is funny because this is Fontaine. Fontaine is like, we're gonna squeeze every emotion out of you. I guess it's because like all of the characters all treated it in a fairly low-key fashion. I guess what I mean is like the story is obviously meant to be low-key, but I think because the characters also treated everything very low-key, there wasn't much urgency, I guess. Like, everyone just kind of felt like they were just, like, messing around. And I mean, some of them were. Like, Auron and Aoife. Now, I will say, character interaction-wise, this is incredible. Character interaction-wise, I loved this from beginning to end. Auron and Aoife, highlights. They are so funny. I love their interactions so much. I have mentioned this once, and I will mention this 1,000 times over. Auron's character just keeps surprising me with how, like, he should not work, man. Like, he really shouldn't. Like, I really shouldn't love his character as much as I do, but he's just so pure and innocent with, like, every little thing he does and says. It's so stupid and it's so annoying, but it's, like, in the most endearing way possible. And I love that Aoife is kind of, like, the voice of reason, the guy who, like, checks on him. But at the same time, Auron also, like, messes with him as well, and it's so good. It's so good. I love their interactions so much. And I love how they treat Kakuku, and it's like, Kakuku's like their son. Cora says the bro talk was the best for real. Seriously, it was so silly. It was so fun, and I loved it a lot. And I love how Auron is so oblivious. Well, mostly. He's just mostly oblivious to the fact that, like, everyone treats him like a little kid because, like, let's be honest here, like, he has the mentality of a little kid. As opposed to... And then there's Aoife, who is so clearly, like, annoyed by his childish tendencies, but also, like, amused enough to, like, play along sometimes. And then, like, Auron, like, I don't know, claps back, so to say, and then Aoife is like, why do I even deal with you people? I love that. Kakuku's adorable. I love him. He's so cute. He's a bird. He's a bird, and in the best way possible. And his little interaction with Neuvillette was so cute. I love how Neuvillette is like, No, hold up. He's like actually saying stuff. He's not just mimicking. I mean, he is mimicking, but there's something underneath that. And I just love the part where he's like, I know what he said. I'm just trying to understand what it means. And I'm like, oh, that's translation. That's translating 101. It's like, it's translating 101. You're like, oh yeah, I can speak this language. I got this. And then someone speaks to you in like the most like slangy native way possible, and then here's my American ass being like, see, I know what you said, but like I think I know, or more accurately, I think I know what you said, but I'm not completely sure. And I love that was just like the vibe I was getting from that. I guess that just confirms that Risley does know that Nivelette is a dragon. I say this because most Fontainians, I don't think they know that. They know he's not human, but I don't think they know he's a dragon. Yeah. Oh, whoops. It's the music's like a lot. Yeah, I don't think they know that. I wonder if Farina knows that. She probably does, honestly. Anyway, yeah, no, their interactions, the bro talk, best. I love Paimon being like the only like sane one out of these people, because Aoife seems like the most sane out of them, but you can tell that his sanity is hanging by a goddamn thread, and Paimon's like the only normal one amongst these guys. And I love that. It's so silly. Kinich, I love that they show off more of Kinich's personality. Very quiet, very reserved, but very like intelligent, thinks a lot. Very much affiliated, like gets very easily along with police stuff, I guess, so to say. Police stuff. I love how he just, like, knows, like, well, he recognizes Nivelette, and he just, like, knows Chevreuse, which I guess means that, like, she talked to her about, like, the smuggling case earlier. I just think that's funny. I think it is a little weird, considering that I am assuming that is his first time in Fontaine ever. I'm going to assume that, at least, because it is for Auron and Aoife was their first time. I do wish there was a little bit more of, like, whoa, so this is the world outside. Because, like, not that it should have been, like, the main focus of the story or anything like that. No, I don't think so. But, like, it's such a big thing in the, not in the lore. It's a thing. It is a thing where the Natlanese could not leave their nation. And if they did, there were some, like, serious consequences. And, like, I guess what I was kind of, like, expecting was at least once or twice for a character to be like, whoa, so this is the world outside. And I mentioned this because that's what they did with Inazuma. With Inazuma, it's not that there were, like, magical forces that kept them in Inazuma. It was the Shogun. But with Inazuma, they were also, like, for a hot minute, like, trapped within their own nation. And Ayaka goes on, like, a whole thing about how she wishes she knew more about the outside world, because she really doesn't. And she takes an interest in you because you've, like, traveled around. Kachina as well, when we first meet her, she's like, oh, you've been to nations outside of Natlan. I want to learn more about them. Because, like, you know, like, Yoimiya, which is from Inazuma, Yoimiya, literally, I think she's, like, the only character who isn't an Archon that got a second story quest, and that second story quest was her visiting Sumeru. And I haven't played it, but at least in the trailers, they have it that she's like, whoa, this is the world outside. It's so incredible. I'm not saying it should have been the main focus, but I do wish, like, at least, maybe from Auron, since he's the one who would probably act that way mostly. Maybe Aoife as well. Honestly, just any of the any of the Natlan characters being like, whoa, look at all of this technology, or wow, the walls of the city are, like, super high, or, like, I don't know, they're like, dang, that's a lot of water, you know, something that shows that, like, they're kind of, like, out of their element a little bit, or maybe one of them commenting that, like, I don't know, it's chilly or something, you know? Whoa. Something like that I kind of wish. The Risley and Nivelette stuff, bro, them shippers be eating that up. Them shippers be eating it up. Their interactions were really silly as well. I love that. Honestly, on a character interaction point, it was super fun. It was really fun. like, this event was so fun on the character interactions. Cora says, oh, I didn't realize that was uncommon for other 5 stars who aren't Archons to have more than one story. Yeah, like, most of them, pretty much all of them, I think, don't have second story quests. It's only the Archons that do. Again, at least to, like, my knowledge. I think Yoimiya is the only one, although there's a chance that there might have been another. But to my knowledge, Yoimiya is the only one. And then very interestingly, Venti is the only Archon that has remained with one story quest, but I'm pretty sure everybody in the lore side of the fandom, is in agreement that it's not that he doesn't have a second story quest, but it's that they're hiding it. Whether or not they are, like, I don't know, we just simply don't know, but that's the prevailing theory, because yeah, it is kind of sus that he is the only one, and more importantly, the question that we might— oh yeah, Farina too! But, and the fandom will get mad at me, but Farina doesn't count. Farina doesn't count as an Archon, so it does make sense. Oh, Movika doesn't have one either, but like, Movika basically just came out, so like, we're waiting a little bit. Mostly the Archons have second story quests. Like, their first one is mostly just like, well, the intention is that like we get to know a little bit more about them as a character, you know, like a normal story quest. And then their second story quest is a lot more like lore focused. Alright. I got on for too long. Event was cute, event was neat, I liked it fine. Character interaction was definitely 100% the highlight. It was so fun. Story itself was pretty alright. The Kinich lore, loved that. I liked it a lot. It was very well implemented, I think. Especially considering other times that they've like snuck in character lore. Well, not even snuck in, just like slapped in, more accurately. It was fun, it was cute. Not the best story quest out there, but definitely a really, really cute one. And we're back in Fontaine. Fontaine's really fun. Okay, so for next stream, for Tuesday's stream, well, if we get to do it on Tuesday, I was actually thinking of doing Escaffier's quest, because, my brother played it. No, seriously, I'm being for real. My brother played it and he said that it was super, super fun. So, like, literally, I just want to play it because I just want to see. And I think Farina's in there too, at least at the very end. Farina's like in the background of a little cutscene. That's so cute. Yeah. And I think then after that, we'll just go back to— oh, wait. I don't know, maybe by that point we'll already, like, change patches. I don't know, we'll see, like, after the streams. Because once the new patch arrives, then, like, I've been holding off the Mondstadt stuff. And we gotta get back to that. Back to Mondstadt. Back to where it all started. And I think that's it. Alright, so I've been streaming forever because I was committed to finishing the story, and the story is done now. Yeah, that's it. Till next time, guys. Bye.